Chapter 3685. Something might have happened to my brother. He might have been killed by someone. Lei Chong said coldly, scaring the people around him. How is that possible? It's true. I can sense it. Hurry down the mountain and find my brother's body. At the same time, the others were looking for anyone who had come to the mountain recently. If there's anyone suspicious, report it to me immediately. Who dares to kill my brother? I will make him pay a painful price. In an instant, a storm was stirred up in Dongling Mountain. Many people knew that Lei Chong's brother had been killed. This was really unbelievable. Lei Chong was a peak genius of the Thunder God City. His younger brother was also from the Thunder God City. Someone actually dared to kill someone from Thunder God City. Did they want to die? Everyone was talking about it. Many people even guessed that it might have been done by the native demonic beasts of the East Spirit world. However, the people of Thunder God City knew that it wasn't. Especially Lei Chong. He firmly believed that it must have been done by other martial artists. Because he was very clear about what his brother had done. He had robbed people who were passing by at a place 100,000 miles away from Dongling Mountain. This kind of behavior couldn't possibly anger demonic beasts. The ones who had to walk were also martial artists. Don't let me catch you. Otherwise, I will tear you into pieces. Lei Chong's face was incomparably cold. On the other side, Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu didn't know that their actions had caused a small storm in Dongling Mountain. Even if they knew, Lin Xian would probably do the same. After all, those people from Thunder God City were simply courting death. When they entered Dongling Mountain, Shen Jingqiu was surprised. Why were there so many guards here? No. Why did their aura feel a little like Thunder God Cities? Lin Xian also narrowed his eyes. He sent a message to Qiu. Be careful. Don't mention anything about us and Thunder God City. The two of them walked over. During this time, the martial artists of Thunder God City glanced at them. However, they quickly ignored them. Because of the two of them, Shen Jingqiu was at the late stage of the third heaven while Lin Xian was at the early stage of the third heaven. They weren't that eye-catching. In their opinion, such people couldn't kill Lei Chong's brother. Lei Chong's younger brother had brought 9 experts with him. Perhaps only someone at the late stage of the 4th heavenly layer or the 5th heavenly layer would be able to capture those people. The two of them safely entered Spirit Mountain. There were a lot of people inside, and the whole mountain was like a huge city. There were all kinds of pavilions, buildings, and shops. The martial artists here were also here to train, and there were even many demonic beasts walking around. Let's go find Peerless City, their stronghold here. After asking around, the two of them set off towards one of the mountains. On the other side, Lei Chong had been waiting for news. His subordinates kept sending him news. They reported one after another, but did not find any suspicious characters. They were all ordinary saints who had entered. Lei Chong frowned. How could this be? He held a jade pendant in his hand, and a cold light burst out from his eyes. Suddenly, his eyebrows twitched, and the pendant in his hand flickered with a trace of light. He sensed that person. He soared into the sky and looked around. What's wrong, Brother Chong? The martial artists under his command were all stunned. Lei Chong said, that person had already entered the mountain. What? How could this be? The surrounding subordinates were completely stunned. We have been closely monitoring. As long as it is someone at the late stage of the 4th heavenly layer or the 5th heavenly layer, we will immediately report it. However, we have not found such a person at all. You are too careless. It may not be someone at the late stage of the 4th heavenly layer or the 5th heavenly layer. Other cultivations may also be able to do it. For example, a person who has many sacred tools in his hands. Therefore, that person's cultivation is not as high as you think. Lei Chong's voice was biting cold. He naturally knew that there were some geniuses who could fight above their level. Some geniuses even had powerful sacred tools in their hands. Follow me. I can find him. Lei Chong waved his hand and led the martial artists of Thunder God City to soar into the sky, flying quickly in the air. This scene attracted the attention of many people. Look, those people are from Thunder God City. The leader should be Lei Chong. Tianya, what are they doing? Look at this murderous aura. Didn't you hear that Lei Chong's younger brother was killed? What? How could it be? Who is it? Screams rang out one after another as many people followed suit. Qiu, The mountain of Wushuang City should be in front of us. After we hand over the East Spirit Stones, we should be able to pass the third test. Xin Jingqiu also revealed a smile. This is great. The test is finally over. They can finally join Wushuang City. However, at this moment, they stopped. This was because they realized that there were countless lightning intertwining in front of them. It formed a sea of lightning, blocking their path. Damn it! Who is it? They raised their heads. They saw more than 10 figures descending from the sky and surrounding them. The leader was wearing a lightning robe. It was his first time using a lightning sword. He had a powerful aura. The people of Thunder God City had descended and surrounded Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu. Lin Xian asked coldly, "Who are you people? Why are you blocking my path?" The surrounding martial artists were all watching from the sidelines, whispering to each other. Heavens, what is going on? Thunder God City actually surrounded this man and woman? Could it be that these two people offended Thunder God City? I heard that Lei Chang's younger brother was killed. Could it be that these two people did it? How could it be? They were only level 3 saints. Lei Chang's younger brother had 7 to 8 saints under him. How could it be that these two people did it? Everyone was puzzled. We are from Thunder God City. One of the martial artists said coldly. Lei Chang's voice was even colder. He stared at Lin Xian. That's right, it's you. I can feel your aura. It's you who killed my younger brother. Your younger brother? I haven't seen him. Lin Xian shook his head. Lei Chong said, Don't quibble. I can feel your aura. It's definitely you. Be obedient and kneel down to accept your death. I will sacrifice your head to my younger brother. The lightning energy on Lei Chang's body was extremely terrifying. It caused the heaven and earth to rumble continuously. Seeing that the other party was certain, Lin Xian knew that the other party should have concrete evidence. Therefore, he didn't evade. Are you saying that there are people who want to rob us from 100,000 miles away? If it's that kind of trash, that's right. It's indeed me who did it. However, are they from Thunder God City? Since when did Thunder God City become so despicable and shameless to rob others on the road? Is this how the people from Holy City do things? Lin Xian's voice clearly spread in all directions. After the surrounding people heard it, they were all stunned. Lei Chang's younger brother actually robbed others on the road? Heavens, this is too shameless. Lower your voice. Do you want to die? Everyone was shocked. It was indeed shameful to do such a thing in the Holy City. The faces of the people from Thunder God City also sank. Damn, Brad, are you courting death? Chapter 3686. Lei Chang's expression was cold. I don't care what my brother does. It's his freedom. But if you kill him, you'll definitely die. Are you going to accept your death obediently or resist and let me torture you to death? You can choose one. So domineering, so arrogant. Why don't you ask your brother what despicable things he did to kill me? Since it's like this, there's nothing to say. Let me see what qualifications you have as an elder brother to be so arrogant. Lin Xian was also angry. Lei Chong didn't look like a good person. He wanted to use his powerful background to oppress others. However, was he that easy to bully? You want to fight me? Lei Chong glanced at Lin Xian with disdain in his eyes. The surrounding people also shook their heads. This brat was simply too reckless. He actually dared to fight Lei Chong. Lei Chong was a level 4 late-stage genius. He was able to fight those above his level. How could an early-stage level 3 kid be Lei Chong's opponent? They really didn't know what method he used to kill Lei Chong's brother. It was probably a despicable method. It might be a sneak attack. These people knew Lei Chong's name. Hence, no one was optimistic about Lin Xian. Sure enough, the people from Thunder God City sneered. Kid, if you didn't use despicable methods, would you be able to kill the people from Thunder God City? You want to fight against Brother Chong? Who do you think you are? Brother Chong. I'll kill him. A person walked out. This person was a level 3 late-stage genius. He looked at Lin Xian and sneered. Come, kid. I'll let you have 10 moves. I'll make you kneel on the ground and beg for mercy with one hand. Ha ha ha. The surrounding people sneered in disdain. He didn't know what death was. Lin Xian shook his head. These people from the God of Thunder were too arrogant and haughty. Did they really think that he was a pushover? Since that was the case, there was no need for him to hold back. He took out the heavenly Luo umbrella and opened it. It froze the space and released the poison gas. At the same time, the heavenly Luo umbrella shot out a ray of light that enveloped him and Shan Jingqiu, preventing them from being infected by the poison. This was basically done in the blink of an eye. Therefore, in an instant, the surroundings were filled with green mist. That arrogant Sky Thunder City disciple instantly fell to the ground, foaming at the mouth. His mouth twitched, and green spots appeared all over his body. The surrounding people were stunned at first, but the next moment, they screamed crazily. Not good, there's poison. Damn it, I'm poisoned. What kind of poison is this? I can't even get rid of it. Screams rang out as more than a dozen people fell down one after another. This poison was extremely terrifying. Even a level 5 expert could not withstand it, let alone these people. Lei Chang's expression also changed. Lightning interweaved on his body, forming a ball of lightning that enveloped him. However, he still underestimated this corpse poison. The corpse poison bypassed the lightning ball and directly drilled into his body. His face also turned green, and with a thud, he fell to the ground, twitching nonstop. The surrounding people were all stunned. Oh my God, what's going on? More than a dozen experts from Thunder God City were defeated in an instant? This was too unbelievable. This brat was too heaven-defying. Corpse poison. There was a super strong poison in this brat's body. It should be the corpse poison of a saint. No wonder he was so strong. No wonder he could kill Lei Chang's brother. The surrounding people also frantically retreated. Although the corpse poison was sealed in the space and did not attack them, it might be able to escape. Once they inhaled it, even if they didn't die, they would lose a layer of skin. Lin Xian waved his hand and kept the heavenly Luo umbrella and the poison. In fact, he only released a small part of it, but these people already couldn't take it anymore. At this moment, these people fell to the ground, wailing. They no longer had the arrogance from before. Lei Chong was twitching nonstop. He gritted his teeth and roared with difficulty. Damn it, you're despicable and shameless. I'm despicable and shameless? Lin Xian sneered. You still have the nerve to say such words. You brought a large group of saints to besiege the two of us, and you still dare to say that I'm despicable and shameless? I'm just teaching you a lesson to let you know that you shouldn't be too arrogant outside. The surrounding people felt their scalps go numb. The way they looked at Lin Xian changed. Previously, they thought that this brat was courting death, but now, it seemed that he was simply a ruthless character. He used his trump card right from the start and poisoned a group of experts. Damn it, give me the antidote quickly, Lei Chong said with difficulty. He was too aggrieved. He was a top-tier genius with a body full of mystic skills. But, before he could even unleash any of them, he was taken down by someone else. This was really a slap in the face. Moreover, he felt that he couldn't get rid of this poison at all. If he didn't get the antidote, he was afraid that he would die here. Lin Xian said, Antidote? Sorry, I don't have that kind of thing. You'll have to detoxify yourself slowly. After saying that, he walked forward. Damn it, Elder, save me. Lei Chong crushed a jade token. Suddenly, a roar came from a mountain peak. Who is it? How dare you touch the people of my Thunder God City? The figure descended from the sky like a bolt of lightning and turned into an old man. His powerful aura spread out in all directions. It's a minor saint. Many people's expression changed. This was the minor saint of Thunder God City. Eastern Spirit World was a training ground. Countless experts and experts of big clans and sects would train here. Therefore, there was a stronghold in Eastern Spirit World. Eastern Spirit Mountain was where the strongholds were located. Every saint city or clan occupied a mountain peak. Wushuang City and Thunder God City were the same. At this moment, the elder of Thunder God City's stronghold received the distress signal and immediately rushed over. When he arrived, he almost vomited blood. What's going on? Lei Chong and the geniuses of Thunder God City were defeated. Damn it, what's going on? Is there a minor saint? One should know that Lei Chong was a late-stage 4th Heavenly Realm expert. In addition to the powerful divine ability and trump card in his hand, it wasn't a problem for him to fight against a 5th Heavenly Realm expert. In addition, there were so many geniuses. Therefore, in his opinion, only a minor saint could defeat so many people. Elder, catch him. He's the one who injured us. Those people pointed at Lin Xian crazily. The minor saint elder raised his head and stared at Lin Xian. He was stunned. How could it be? An early-stage third heavenly realm expert. His eyeballs almost fell to the ground. He thought for a while, but he never thought that the murderer was an early-stage third heavenly realm expert. An early-stage third heavenly realm expert defeated a group of experts? What kind of joke was this? He felt like he was dreaming. However, all eyes were on Lin Xian. It seemed that this was really done by him. Damn it, what's going on? His face suddenly turned gloomy. He was poisoned, and it was a very strong poison. He stared at Lin Xian. A powerful aura spread out from his body, forming a cage. Chapter 3687. Shen Jingqiu's expression was solemn. That aura had shocked them. Lin Xian hovered the heavenly Luo umbrella above his head. He did not release the poison. The heavenly Luo umbrella was a saint weapon. It blocked the monstrous saint aura. Then, he sneered. What? Thunder God City wants to be shameless again? First, more than a dozen saints attacked together. Since they couldn't defeat Thunder God City, they sent out a minor saint. How impressive. However, it's a little too shameless. Brat, you're courting death. The little saint let out a roar. His aura burst out and turned into a giant hand, grabbing toward Yi Shiwen from all directions. This force was too terrifying. At this moment, many people knelt on the ground, unable to stand. This was the danger of a minor saint. It was far more dangerous than them. Such a terrifying lightning giant hand with a vast law was trying to suppress Lin Xian. Feeling a great pressure, Lin Xian's face turned gloomy. He activated the heavenly Luo umbrella and unleashed an unparalleled aura. It was dazzling as it resisted the attack. With a loud clang, the two collided. Heaven fell and earth cracked. Everyone was blinded by the light. Lin Xian was pushed back. The heavenly Luo umbrella was also trembling. However, it still managed to block the attack. So it's a saint weapon. No wonder you're so arrogant. But do you think you can defeat me with a saint weapon as an early third heavenly layer? The minor saint said with disdain. Although a saint weapon was good, it depended on who was holding it. In his hand, it was an unparalleled peerless weapon. But in the hands of his opponent, it was just so-so. Oh, really? Then, try this. Lin Xian sneered. With a wave of his hand, the corpse poison in the heavenly Luo umbrella floated out and spread forward. The minor saint was disdainful at first, but when he felt the poison, his face changed instantly and he quickly retreated. The law on his body formed a shield and covered him. This poison was too terrifying. It made his hair stand on end. No wonder Lei Chong and the other saints were poisoned. This poison was not something they could withstand. Who is this guy? Why does he have such a terrifying corpse poison in his hand? Elder, don't fight with him for now. Quickly save us. We can't hold on any longer. We're about to be poisoned to death. At this moment, Lei Chong opened his mouth with difficulty. The minor saint's facial expression changed instantly. Not good. He was so focused on the battle that he forgot about Lei Chong and the others. His face turned completely ugly. Lei Chong and the others were in a very dangerous situation. If they did not expel the poison quickly, they would probably die immediately. Damn brat, hand over the antidote. He looked at Lin Xian. His eyes filled with killing intent. Lin Xian shrugged. I really don't have the antidote. You're courting death. Do you really want us Thunder God City's geniuses to die? Do you know what the consequences are? I was just passively defending. If they didn't want to kill me, how could I have been poisoned? Lin Xian sneered. Your disciples' lives are important, but is my life not important? Could it be that the lives of the people in your Thunder God City are a level higher than others? Lin Xian was also enraged, and the corner of his mouth curled into a cold smile. You're courting death. The elder roared, causing the heaven and earth to tremble. He summoned his companions. Some people flew over. They were the elders of the Thunder God City. When they arrived, they were shocked. What happened? Our people are poisoned. Hurry up and save them. When the elders arrived, their faces immediately turned ugly. Hurry up and save them. They quickly summoned more companions. Using eye techniques, they took out detoxifying pills and combined them with the laws of heaven and earth to expel the poison. The minor saint stood up again and stared at Lin Xian. Do you really think that this poison can fight against us? You're really courting death. Another minor saint stood out. Two minor saints faced Lin Xian. As long as they captured him, they would be able to get rid of the poison. Not good. That brat is in danger. Although that brat has a saint weapon and poison, how could he be a match for two minor saints? Many people retreated frantically. At this moment, the pressure in this area was too great. They could not bear it at all. What should we do? Shun Jingqiu's face also turned ugly. Two minor saints were too dangerous for them. Lin Xian did not resist. He let out a long cry. I'm a disciple of Peerless City, and now I'm being besieged by Thunder God City. I hope the elders of Peerless City can save me. His voice turned into thunder, rolling out in all directions. What? He's from Peerless City? And he's a disciple of Peerless City? Everyone was stunned. This identity was nothing in the eyes of these powerhouses. However, it was this unremarkable person who had caused such a commotion. On a mountain peak far away, a few streams of light streaked across the sky. What's going on? They looked at Lin Xian. These people were from Peerless City. Elder, I'm Lin Wudi from Peerless City. I came to Eastern Spirit Mountain to hand over the mission, but I was besieged by the people of Thunder God City. Now, two minor saints from Thunder God City are going to attack me. What? The people of Peerless City were stunned. Thunder God City attacked their disciples, and two minor saints at that? Isn't this too much of a bully? At the same time, an old man frowned. You're that Lin Wudi? He was too surprised. As the elder of Peerless City, he naturally knew that a peerless genius had appeared in the process of the assessment. His name was Lin Wudi. In the first round, he broke the 1,000-year record of Peerless City. In the second round, he took the first place and eliminated 3 of the 8 great geniuses. They were very optimistic about the third round, and there was a high chance that this person would become the chief disciple of the third generation. Now, such a person was besieged by the people of Sky Thunder City. If it was a young disciple, they could still tolerate it. After all, conflicts between the saint cities were normal. But now, it was 2 elders of Thunder God City, 2 minor saints, who attacked them. This was intolerable. What's going on? They landed and instantly protected Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu. Then, the old man looked at Thunder God City. What's the meaning of this? Are you going to attack our people? Don't you think it's too shameless to bully the weak with 2 minor saints? The people of Peerless City were furious. 2 minor saints, aren't they too much of a bully? Do they really think that Peerless City is easy to bully? Damn it. Hurry up and leave. I'm going to capture this kid. It has nothing to do with you. The elders of Thunder God City were also furious. Now, they must capture the other party and get the antidote. The people of Peerless City sneered. What a joke. How can it have nothing to do with us? This is the address of Peerless City. He poisoned more than a dozen of our Saint Heaven's geniuses. If he doesn't hand over the antidote, do you think we'll let him go? The few minor saints said coldly. They were really mad. What? The people of Peerless City were also stunned. They took a glance and found that Lei Chong and more than a dozen Saint Heaven's geniuses were lying on the ground. This made the corners of their mouths twitch. But very quickly, they became wild with joy. This brat was far too awesome. Chapter 3688. They knew that Lei Chong was a top heaven's pride. Together with a dozen saints, even a 5th celestial layer expert would have to put in some effort to take him down. But now, this kid actually defeated all of them in an instant. This is simply a talent. They had to protect such a talent well. At this time, Lin Xian also said, Elder, the people from Thunder God City tried to rob us outside and were defeated by me. Then, these people refused to accept it and wanted to attack me together. In the end, they were defeated. Therefore, their elder took action. I really don't know why Sky Thunder City is so despicable and shameless. Elder, please give us justice. Hearing this, the people from Wushuang City wanted to laugh. This kid is still acting innocent after taking advantage of them. However, they had never been on good terms with Lei Shanqing. At this moment, they naturally had to protect Lin Xian. Most importantly, it was Lei Shansheng who had provoked them first. First, it was robbery. Then, it was a group attack. Now, it was the elders who took action. Every matter was done shamelessly by Thunder God City. You actually dared to make a move on our people. Give us an explanation or compensate us. Otherwise, this matter will not end. The elder from Wushuang City said coldly. Compensation? Hand over that kid first and make him hand over the antidote. Otherwise, I will not rest until you are dead. The people from Thunder God City were also furious. Their dozen or so geniuses were in danger. Both sides did not back down. For a moment, the atmosphere was incomparably tense. All kinds of saint auras filled the air. A few elders from Wushuang City had arrived. The smell of gunpowder between the two sides was getting thicker and thicker. A great battle was about to break out. At this time, Lei Chong woke up again. Old Zhang, he killed my brother. And he even killed 7 or 8 saints beside my brother. They are all the geniuses of our Thunder God City. You must take revenge. What? The elders from Thunder God City instantly vomited blood. 7 or 8 geniuses had already died in the hands of the other party. Damn it! Their eyes instantly turned red. The elders from Wushuang City were also stunned. Lin Xian said, when they robbed, they were all masked. How would I know that they were from Thunder God City? Moreover, they did not say that I would naturally be merciless towards the robbers. Hearing this, the elder of Peerless City laughed. That was indeed the case. When attacking the enemy, of course they had to use the most forceful method. You can only blame yourself for hiding your identities. However, the people from Thunder God City couldn't take it anymore. Damn it, capture that brat. Several elders made their moves. The people from Peerless City snorted. Do you think we're afraid of you? In an instant, the two sides began to fight. A great battle broke out. Terrifying energy collapsed the heavens and cracked the earth, spreading across the sky. The surrounding people retreated as if they had gone mad. Their faces were filled with fear. The two elders of the holy cities started fighting just like that. And the fuse was because of a young man. It was really unbelievable. Peerless City, you're courting death. The people from the Thunder God City were thoroughly enraged. This time, they had brought a lot of elders with them. In an instant, they had suppressed the people from the Peerless City. The people from Peerless City were at a disadvantage, and their expressions were ugly. The people from Thunder God City burst into laughter. Just relying on your Peerless City, you dare to contend against our Thunder God City? Your Peerless City has only been established for a few thousand years. Your foundation is too weak. Our Thunder God's legacy is over 10,000 years old. How can you compare to him? In the distance, those people felt their scalps go numb. Indeed, although they were both holy cities, Peerless City was a new power. There were only 2 generations of disciples in the sect. Now, they were only recruiting the 3rd generation. Thunder God City was different. It was an old holy city with a legacy of 10,000 years. The disciples in the sect had already passed down to the 8th generation. There was indeed a gap between the foundation of both sides. For example, in the stronghold, the number of elders and saints assigned to Peerless City was not as many as Thunder God City. Therefore, they were at a disadvantage now. Obediently hand him over. Otherwise, I'll suppress you. Your Peerless City's face won't look good. The elders of Thunder God City laughed sinisterly. The elders of Peerless City frantically counterattacked. They would definitely not let Lin Xian be in danger. Lin Xian was a good seedling. In the future, he would definitely become the disciple of the Sage King. Lin Xian's face was also cold. He activated the heavenly Luo umbrella and shot out the remaining poison. The poison spread out, causing the people from Thunder God City to frantically retreat. Only then did they relieve some pressure. However, it was just relief. This time, there were 3 minor saints on the other side. Under their joint attack, the corpse poison could only resist for a moment before it was torn apart. Not good. They're too strong. You guys go first. Someone come and bring the 2 of them away quickly. The warriors of Peerless City brought Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu through the void, wanting to go to their stronghold. However, they were stopped by someone. Want to go? How is that possible? Stay here obediently. A minor saint unleashed a tremendous amount of law that resembled two gigantic dragons that swept across the battlefield. Not good. Quickly bring them away from Eastern Spirit Mountain. After receiving the order, the two minor saints brought Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu through the void and left Eastern Spirit Mountain. The others were in a great battle, chasing after them. For a moment, a battle broke out. Do you think you can resist? The people of Thunder God City looked sinister. On the other side, the elders of Peerless City roared. Quickly send the news back to the Holy City and ask them to send reinforcements. In the sky, for rays of light streaked across. It was Lin Xian and the other three. They left Eastern Spirit Mountain and flew towards the distance. Behind them, there were 4 rays of light chasing after them. Although they had the same number of people, they were facing 4 Fifth Heaven Saints. On their side, there were only 2 Fifth Heaven Saints. In addition to Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu, there were only 2 Third Heaven Saints. In comparison, the difference in strength was too great. Therefore, the people of Thunder God City behind them sneered. You can't escape. After flying for half a day, they finally stopped Lin Xian and the others. The 4 of them landed and surrounded Lin Xian and the others. We'll hold on for a while. You two go first. The 2 saints of Peerless City gritted their teeth and said, No need. We'll stay and fight. If it's just a 5th Heaven Saint, it's nothing. Lin Xian said coldly. Shen Jingqiu nodded. I can hold on for a while. At least I can hold one of them. When these words came out, the 2 saints of Peerless City were stunned. On the other hand, the people of Thunder God City laughed. Ha ha ha. What did they hear? 2 saints of the 3rd heaven wanted to contend with them? They were really reckless. Kid, who do you think you are? The corpse poison in your hands is gone. Without the poison gas, you dare to fight against us? You really don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. If the 2 of them were afraid, it would be the poison. But now, they knew that the corpse poison was completely used up. Therefore, they were not afraid of the other party. Chapter 3689. No, it's too dangerous. Hurry up and leave. The saints of Peerless City also shook their heads. They were really worried. Lin Xian insisted, Don't worry, trust me. Don't waste your breath on them. Just do it. The people from Sky Thunder City roared in anger. The 4 of them made their move. Damn it. In an instant, a huge battle broke out. 2 saints from Peerless City were held back by 2 saints from Sky Thunder City. The other 2 saints charged towards Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu. Can Qiu hold on? You can use the Heavenly Luo umbrella, and I will let Little White help you. But what about you, Brother Lin? Would it be dangerous? Shen Jingqiu was worried. Lin Xian said, Don't worry, I have a plan. Reckless brat, go to hell. A middle-aged man from Thunder God City sneered. Did the other party have a way to deal with him? What a joke. His cultivation level alone was enough to crush the other party. With a cold snort, a sun formed in his body. It was a sun formed by lightning, and it brought with it an incomparably violent aura as it pressed forward. The other person also attacked Shen Jingqiu. Shen Jingqiu cried out delicately. She immediately activated her spirit body, greatly increasing her cultivation. At the same time, she opened the Heavenly Luo umbrella. Furthermore, he took out another sacred weapon. It was a purple flying sword. Little White hugged the Composure Pearl and was ready to attack at any time. Above Lin Xian's head, a thunderous sun flickered incessantly, suppressing the sky and him at the same time. Lin Xian coldly snorted and activated the Void Escape technique. In an instant, he teleported to another location. At the same time, he took out the Grand Sage Pagoda and released a strand of star fire. At this moment, there weren't many astral flames left. Moreover, the Black Earth was at the most critical moment and would be completed very soon. Therefore, Lin Xian could not use much of the Starry Sky Fire. But that was enough. He didn't plan on using the Starry Sky Flame to burn the other party to death. As long as he could burn the other party and scare the other party, that would be enough. A strand of the Starry Sky Flame, which was the size of a palm, danced about and instantly enveloped the other party. With a blood-curdling scream, half of the 5th Heaven Sage's body was burned away. They were so scared that they fled frantically. This pitiful voice made one's scalp go numb. The surrounding sages all turned their heads to look. Their pupils shrank. How was this possible? A fifth heavenly layer saint had lost half of his body in an instant. He was seriously injured. This was too inconceivable. Was this really done by this kid? The people from Thunder God City were stunned. As for the people from Peerless City, they were also stunned. The next moment, they were overjoyed. Great. This kid's strength was beyond their expectations. From the looks of it, it wasn't impossible for them to fight. Damn, brat, I want you dead. That kind of injured saint rushed over. Lin Xian sneered. Do you think that with your cultivation of the fifth heavenly layer, you can contend against me? What a joke. The middle-aged man let out a furious roar as the laws on his body burst out. He performed a hand seal, and his left hand took the form of a divine saber that slashed down. His right hand formed a lightning dragon. At this moment, power erupted, causing the entire world to tremble. This was a law divine ability. It was truly powerful to the extreme. At the same time, he was constantly paying attention to the appearance of that terrifying flame. Once it appeared, he would immediately escape. Lin Xian didn't use the starry skyfire again. What he had to do was enough. The flame had injured the other party, and now the other party was scared out of his wits. He used the Kuren Pong movement technique to dodge quickly. At the same time, he pulled out the Great Destruction Spear. With a roar, endless sword chi flew out. At the same time, he activated his eye technique and summoned the Headless Knight to fight with it. With a bang, the two collided. The sun and moon shook, and a vast ocean-like power swept through the 9 heavens. This was really too unbelievable. How was it possible? He blocked it. The surrounding sages were also stunned. Previously, they thought that Lin Xian was relying on a magical flame to injure the fifth heavenly layer saint. With their own strength, they were no match for him. But they didn't expect that Lin Xian would actually block the attack of a fifth heavenly layer saint in a head-on collision. The other party's weapon was a sacred artifact. What was the Headless Knight that the other party summoned? Why was its power so terrifying? Haha, the Sage of the Five-Colored Sky was only SOSO. Lin Xian laughed, his confidence increasing. You're courting death. The middle-aged man was so angry that his entire body trembled. Without the flame, he was still no match for the other party. This was a great humiliation. Die for me. His palms formed a seal again, transforming into a lightning mountain. He struck with both palms, and the lightning mountain erupted. He wanted to completely crush Lin Xian. Lin Xian activated the 9 Yang Divine Body and activated the Qilin Tattoo at the same time. His physique was really strong at this moment. Therefore, he didn't dodge at all. He held the Great Destruction Spear in his hand as his black hair danced in the wind. Dragon-shaped sword chi flew out, piercing through heaven and earth. The lightning mountain was shattered into pieces. Lin Xian's body trembled as he was attacked by the endless lightning. On the other side, the middle-aged sage was also not feeling good. His face was pale, and his eyes were filled with shock. His nomological divine ability had been broken by the other party. It was too unbelievable. At this moment, the attack in Lin Xian's eyes emitted a golden blade of light. It slashed forward with an indomitable aura. At the same time, he activated his eye technique, spring, and autumn lock. The middle-aged man was hit by the soul attack. His head trembled, and he almost fell from the sky. Damn it! He hurriedly defended and retreated frantically, trying to pull away. Little White. Lin Xian roared angrily. Little White appeared out of thin air and slapped the other party's head. The other party immediately fainted. It was an eye technique attack. The Great Destruction Spear transformed into a dragon shadow and rushed over. It pierced the other party with a valiant posture. Miserable cries rang out once again. Everyone had gone crazy. He was injured again. This time, the other party didn't use that strange flame, but he still injured the Sage of the Fifth Heaven. Moreover, it was too fast. They were already locked in a stalemate, but was the outcome of the battle already about to be decided? The middle-aged man screamed miserably, his body trembling with anger. Die. He was pierced by the spear, but he wanted to fight for his life. At this moment, Lin Xian shot out a ball of flame. Do you think I don't have this kind of flame? He shot out the flame. Damn it. The middle-aged man originally wanted to fight for his life. But after seeing the flame, he was scared out of his wits and immediately retreated. He even forcefully shattered his body to escape. Ha ha ha. Lin Xian looked up to the sky and laughed. This wasn't the starry sky flame, but the Nine Suns' divine flame. However, the other party had been injured by the starry sky flame before and had long become a frightened bird. Now that he saw the flame, he was instinctively afraid. This was the effect he wanted. The sage of the fifth heaven was only SOSO. Lin Xian attacked again. I technique, sage artifact, great dragon sword soul, and stellar transposition allowed him to suppress the other party. In the end, the sage was directly scattered and crippled by him. He was completely suppressed by him. The remaining 3 people from Thunder God City were completely stunned. Who was this kid? Chapter 3690. Lin Xian roared. I'll help you. He want to help Shun Jingqiu. At this moment, Shun Jingqiu had activated her spiritual body and her cultivation had increased. With the help of the 2 saint artifacts and the snow-white monkey, it wasn't too dangerous for her to fight against a 5th heavenly layer saint. With Lin Xian's support, the 2nd saint was quickly suppressed. The other 2 immediately turned and fled upon seeing this scene. These 2 young men were simply monsters. The people of Peerless City chased after them with all their might. With Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu working together, the 4 5th heavenly layer saints were finally suppressed. The 2 people of Peerless City felt that it was inconceivable. They looked at Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu with a strange expression. Lin Xian didn't care at all. He began to search the 4 people's storage rings and magical treasures. The 4 Thunder God City saints were so angry that they almost vomited blood. They had never seen such a robber before. Moreover, the other party was a young genius. Wasn't this too heaven-defying? The people of Peerless City were beaming with joy. They had picked up a treasure. This Lin Xian was really a genius. But soon, they stopped smiling and frowned. The situation was very dangerous. Although they had won, they guessed that the situation at Eastern Spirit Mountain must be very tragic. There were too many small saints in Thunder God City. It was difficult for them to deal with them. Can't they provide support? Shun Jingqiu asked. If we can provide support, so can Thunder God City. After all, they have a rich foundation. Moreover, Eastern Spirit World had a certain limit. It was impossible to provide support without limit. Other forces would not agree to it. At Eastern Spirit Mountain, the battle was unusually intense. The people of Peerless City were completely suppressed. Many of them were even injured. The people of Thunder God City were very ferocious. All the anger in their hearts was vented on this battle. At this moment of crisis, a figure descended from the sky. Did Thunder God City bully Peerless City? Accompanying the figure was a loud and clear voice. The people of Peerless City raised their heads and revealed a joyful smile. The people of Thunder God City also looked over. Soon, they were stunned because they realized that only one person from the other side had come. Did he think that he could contend against them with just one person? He was truly courting death. Is there really no one else in Peerless City? Only one person was sent to reinforce them. Thunder God City's side was filled with disdain. The surrounding onlookers were also completely stunned. Heavens, what's going on? Could it be that what Lei Shunqing said was true? Was Peerless City going to be completely defeated? I alone am enough. The person who landed said in a deep voice. His eyes were shining with confidence. Hongya, be careful. The sages of Peerless City gathered around. The newcomer was a young man, Fu Hongya. As soon as he arrived, he walked out with a red maple leaf in his hand. On the red maple leaf, a terrifying flame flickered and danced. The red leaf flew out, soared into the sky, and slashed forward. He was courting death. On the other side, the people from Peerless City were enraged. A young man like him dared to fight with them? He didn't know what was good for him. Kill. A middle-aged man sneered and struck out with terrifying lightning. It turned into a long river and hacked down from the sky. He wanted to cut down the other party's red maple leaf. Boom, boom. The onlookers were all experts. They could not see it with their eyes, but their souls could clearly see it. Boom. Through the perception of their souls, they could see that the river of lightning had been cut in half. Although the red maple leaf was not big, it was incomparable. In an instant, it arrived in front of the middle-aged sage. Then, the flames on the red maple leaf danced, forming a huge fire that enveloped the sage. A miserable cry was heard. The huge fire burned the sage, making him look extremely miserable. One move, and a sage was injured. Everyone was going crazy. This young man was too terrifying. The other side rushed over again. This time, there were two of them. Fu Hongye struck out another two red leaves. One of them had a sword drawn on it, and the other had a saber drawn on it. The saber and the sword were struck out together. Boom, 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 boom. The two sages were sent flying while vomiting blood. This scene was too shocking. No one dared to believe it. This young man was too terrifying. Each leaf could injure a saint. Just who was this person? Damn it! Who are you? The people of Thunder God City roared crazily. The man in white said proudly, "I'm Fu Hongye." What? It's you. Everyone was stunned. They did not know the name Fu Hongye. He was the top genius of Wushuang City, the chief disciple of the second generation. His strength was too strong. You're Fu Hongye. An old man stood out. Kid, go away. Let your elders deal with him. You're not strong enough. This old man was a minor saint. Fu Hongye was powerful, but it seemed like he did not take him seriously. There's no need for the elders to deal with him. Fu Hongye's eyes were filled with confidence. So what if the opponent was a minor saint? He really did not take him seriously. You're courting death. The old man was furious. A minor saint was being looked down upon by a junior? Fine. I'll see how powerful the chief disciple of Wushuang City is. Buzz. Heaven and earth trembled with the sound of thunder. The minor saint made his move. He formed a seal with both hands and formed the thunder god's wings. They were like two heavenly blades that could destroy heaven and earth. This was a powerful divine ability of the thunder god. Now that it was used by a minor saint, everyone's scalp went numb as if they were going to be cut in half. In the face of such a terrifying divine ability, Fu Hongye was not afraid at all. His black technique was flamboyant, and his white robe was dazzling. He was abnormally calm like a fiend god. With a snap of his fingers, another red leaf appeared in his hand. There was a moon drawn on the red leaf. The red leaf flew out and faced the attack. The moon soared into the sky. It was like a sacred moon on the sea. This was a strange phenomenon of heaven and earth, which shocked everyone. The terrifying moon spun in the sky like a millstone that could destroy the world, crushing the thunder god's wings. The two divine abilities collided in heaven and earth. Terrifying energy filled every inch of space. Everyone retreated crazily. It was too terrifying. The moon shattered the thunder god's wings. The old man was shocked. Impossible. The others also went crazy. Fu Hongye was too strong. He could even suppress a minor saint. Go to hell. The minor saint rushed forward. Fu Hongye also roared and charged forward. The red leaf in his hand kept attacking. Every time, it was accompanied by a powerful divine ability. Suddenly, a red leaf shot out and froze the minor saint in midair. Damn it! Imprison the red leaf. Break. The old man kept attacking the void, trying to break free. In the sky, another two red leaves came at him. They turned into two giant dragons and attacked his body. The old man vomited blood and flew backward with a frightened expression. The others were also in an uproar. Chapter 3691. Fu Hongye was too strong. Was he the top genius of Wushuang City? He was too terrifying. The experts of the older generation were terrified. Could it be that Fu Hongye had become a minor saint? No one dared to imagine it because it was too unbelievable. Fu Hongye said, "Thunder God City, do you think there's no one in Wushuang City?" He directly charged over. "You're courting death." In addition, the people of Thunder God City were also furious. They joined forces to take him down. A great battle broke out again, but this time, with Fu Hongye's participation, they were really powerful to the extreme. Not long after, another minor saint was injured. The people of Thunder God City quickly retreated. The people of Wushuang City charged over, especially Fu Hongya, who took the lead. Not long after, the third minor saint was injured, and the rest of the saints fled back to their own mountains. However, it was not over yet. Fu Hongya went straight to the mountain and killed in all directions. It was too unbelievable. Everyone went crazy. He went to the enemy's stronghold alone. Moreover, he had swept through all 4 directions. He was simply a demon king. The people of Wushuang City were incomparably excited. Fu Hongya usually looked as gentle as jade, but when he really fought, he was crazy to the extreme. A great battle broke out. The law above Thunder God City's stronghold spread, and the heaven and earth trembled. It was a terrifying scene of destruction. However, not long after, the entire mountain was lit up with countless formations. The mountain was sealed off. Not good. They're going to seal the mountain. They must be preparing to summon people to attack Fu Hongya. The people of Wushuang City were also furious. They quickly attacked the formations. However, the formations this time were not so easy to break. For a moment, they were extremely anxious. They could only prepare to ask for help again. The others also felt their scalps tingle. It was over. Fu Hongya was sealed inside. She was in danger now. Yes, no matter how strong Fu Hongya was, he was only one person. He went to the enemy's stronghold alone and was now sealed by them. If Thunder God City summoned more experts from the Saint City, Fu Hongya would definitely be in danger. For a moment, everyone in Dongling Mountain was talking about it. Outside Dongling Mountain, Lin Xian and the others had subdued 4 people from Thunder God City. At this moment, a sage from Peerless City received news of the array formation. Great, our people are here. The people from Thunder God City were defeated. Defeated? We can go back now. These people rose into the air, ready to return. Not long after, they returned to Dongling Mountain. But as soon as they went up the mountain, they felt that the atmosphere was not right. There were discussions everywhere, and from the looks of it, one of the mountain peaks had been completely sealed. What's going on? They hurried back. He was going to look for something. Lin Xian had 2 killer saint bees in his hands. The thing he was going to look for was the nest of the killer saint bees, which was the beehive. If he could get the Peak King, then there would be countless killer saint bees. If he could get it and throw it on the mountain peak of Thunder God City, then it would be enough. Of course, this matter was very difficult to do. It could even be said to be impossible. However, Lin Xian still planned to give it a try. He took out the black earth from the Great Sage Tower. At this moment, the black earth had completely evolved into a sacred weapon. Its power had greatly increased. The black earth turned into a flash of light. Its speed was extremely fast. The speed of a Saint Artifact Spirit Boat was truly incomparable. The Starry Skyfire was exhausted. Otherwise, Lin Xian could use the Starry Skyfire to tear open the seal and kill his way to the mountain peak. By controlling the 2 killer saint bees in his hands, Lin Xian finally understood where their nest was. After flying all the way, he finally arrived in the vicinity. Lin Xian saw through the heavenly secret god eyes that this area was basically filled with killer saint bees. They covered the sky and the earth. It was very terrifying. He took a deep breath. Damn it, there were so many killer saint bees. Even he didn't dare to take the risk. It was impossible for him to subdue them one after another. He guessed that although the killer saint bees were powerful, they were still bees. Since they were bees, they followed the same rules. In other words, there was a queen bee in the hive. It was the queen bee. If he could control the Peak King, the other killer saint bees would all listen to his orders. Thinking of this, Lin Xian decided to take a gamble. Chapter 3692. Sitting in the black earthly, he sent his soul out of his body and his heavenly fate god eyes into the killer wasp. It was as if Lin Xian had possessed the body of a killer bee. He wanted to use the killer wasp to sneak into the hive and control the Wasp King. Buzz, buzz. The controlled killer saint bee took off with the wind and quickly flew into this area. Very good. No one was paying attention to it. Lin Xian successfully entered the hive. The killer wasp needed to provide food, so Lin Xian had already prepared the top-grade flower pollen. He wanted to hand over the food. Sure enough, he got the chance. When it came in front of him, Lin Xian's heart was in his mouth. The killer bee queen's body was huge. It was like a person. The other killer wasp kings were only the size of a finger. The difference between the two was like heaven and earth. When the killer wasp king was absorbing the pollen, Lin Xian finally exploded. The heavenly secret divine eye carried his powerful soul power and launched his strongest attack. Boom! The killer wasp king was enraged. With a roar, the entire hive shook violently. Thousands of killer wasp kings outside rushed in crazily. Their eyes were red. Lin Xian felt his hair stand on end. If he failed, he would be torn to pieces by these killer wasp kings. But fortunately, his body was not here. Only his soul had entered. His soul had already entered the killer wasp king's body. When the killer wasp kings came in, they could only see the irritable killer wasp king. They could not find anyone. Their faces were full of doubts. Lin Xian was in the killer wasp king's mind. He was trying to take over the killer wasp king's body. If he succeeded, he would have an army of killer wasp kings. However, this was obviously impossible. The killer wasp king's killer wasp king was very powerful. Although it was attacked by Lin Xian, it was impossible to completely take over the killer wasp king's body. Lin Xian could only take a step back. Then, he could only temporarily suppress the killer wasp king's soul. The killer wasp king would listen to his orders temporarily. This way, it would be much easier. However, it was only easier than taking over the body. It was truly thrilling to the extreme. If he wasn't careful, it was very possible that his soul would be destroyed. Fortunately, Lin Xian's soul spirit was strong, and this time, he had brought along the heavenly secret god eyes. Therefore, after expending all of his soul and using his eye technique, he finally managed to suppress the queen bee's soul. The soul of the queen bee fell into a deep slumber. He finally succeeded. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. However, his heavenly fate god eyes had dimmed. Lin Xian was also extremely weak. It seemed like he wouldn't be able to use his eye technique for the time being. However, he was overjoyed. His heavenly secret divine eyes were only weakened, but not injured. He was now in control of the queen bee and quickly sent out a message. Don't worry, it's nothing. It's just that the pollen doesn't suit my taste. Lin Xian sent out a spiritual fluctuation, and the surrounding killer Saint Bees instantly calmed down. He gave the order again, gathering everyone to enter the beehive and follow me to attack the enemy. Great Queen Bee, what enemy? The killer Saint Bees were all stunned. A few of them were obviously elder-level bees. Their faces were full of shock. The Queen Bee said, "The pollen this time was poisonous." What poison? Those killer Saint Bees were completely enraged, and their eyes turned red. Who was it that wanted to poison their queen bee? In an instant, they stared at the little bee. It was the one that carried Lin Xian's soul previously. However, Lin Xian's soul had already left long ago. That little bee was a puppet. At this moment, it felt an incomparably powerful saint aura. It trembled and its body cracked. Lin Xian continued, "It's already under my control, and I've already searched its soul. I found out that the mastermind is actually someone from Thunder God City. They actually wanted to frame me. Since that's the case, we have to teach them a lesson." What? It's actually Thunder God City. Those elders who were in charge of killing the killer Saint Bees were also stunned. This was a saint city. So what? Another elder said. They had gone too far. Did they really think that the killer Saint Bees were easy to mess with? Moreover, this was the East Spirit World, not their Thunder God City. Queen Bee, don't worry. We'll gather everyone and kill them all. Soon, sound waves spread out, and all the killer Saint Bees returned to the hive. The entire hive soared into the sky, turned into a stream of light, and rushed outside. Whitey drove the black earth and slowly followed from afar. Two streams of light, one in front and one behind, quickly flew towards East Spirit Mountain. At this moment, everyone on East Spirit Mountain was in an uproar. The people from Wushuang City had already started attacking the mountain, triggering countless laws. Heaven and earth were shattered. It seemed that Wushuang City had really gone crazy. Of course, Fu Hongya was very important. I don't need to tell you how he's doing now. He's probably in danger. No matter how strong he is, He can't beat so many experts from Thunder God City. He might be seriously injured and captured. Everyone was discussing intensely. They hadn't seen such a scene for a few hundred years. They didn't expect to see it today. Suddenly, someone screamed, "Look, what's that?" They all turned their heads to look and saw that in the distance, there was a stream of light coming over, accompanied by a loud sound. It was like thunder, very dull. Are those dark clouds? No, damn it, those are bees. Someone screamed. What? Bees? Everyone's eyes shone with a cold light as they looked into the distance. In the next moment, their scalps went numb. Killer bees. They were killer Saint bees. There was more than one in the sky. There were tens of thousands of them. Damn it, they couldn't have come out in full force, right? What? Everyone on East Spirit Mountain went crazy. How could it be? What happened to these killer Saint bees? One had to know that the killer Saint bees were extremely terrifying in the East Spirit world. No one dared to provoke them in the area they were in. Even some powerful beasts didn't dare to set foot in their territory. When these bees went crazy, they would kill anyone in their way. Usually, everyone was in awe of the killer Saint bees, so they had always been peaceful. However, they didn't expect the killer Saint bees to come out in full force this time. What were they trying to do by coming to East Spirit Mountain? East Spirit Mountain was the territory of the human race. Why were these beasts attacking the human race? Everyone screamed crazily and ran away. Some even picked up their weapons to defend themselves. Some people's bodies were filled with laws, turned into streams of light, and fled into the distance. In short, they didn't dare to stay. The people of Peerless City were also stunned. It wasn't a good thing for the Killer Peak to come out in full force at this time. They didn't have much energy to care about these things now. Elder, what should we do? Should we run away? The people of Peerless City were pale. Although they were the experts of Sacred City, they couldn't resist so many killer Saint bees. Chapter 3693. The elders of Peerless City had ugly expressions on their faces. Damn it! Are these beasts crazy? Why did they come at this time? They couldn't escape. Hongyi was still inside. They had to break the array to get Hongyi out. These people continued to attack the array. Under their intense attacks, cracks started to appear on the array, and it would break soon. However, their faces soon turned ugly, as they realized that a swarm of killer Saint bees was heading in their direction. Damn it! Are they here to attack us? The people of Peerless City kept retreating. Xin Jingqiu was also worried. How was Brother Lin? Was he in danger outside? She had the heavenly Luo umbrella above her head and the great destruction spear in her hand. Qiu'er, don't be afraid. It's me. At this moment, Lin Xian transmitted his voice to Shan Jingqiu. Xin Jingqiu was stunned when she heard it. Then, she looked around. Qiu'er, don't look around. I got these killer Saint bees. They won't attack you. Quickly tell the elders. Xin Jingqiu heard it and whispered, Elders, they are here to help us. Don't worry. The elders were all shocked and unsettled. Xin Jingqiu said that it was Brother Lin who got them. What? Lin Wudi? That kid? How could he have such ability? These people were stunned. They couldn't believe it. However, they realized that when the killer Saint bees came, they didn't attack them. Instead, they attacked the array crazily. They heaved a sigh of relief. Great. They are here to help us. Those killer Saint bees had red eyes. They attacked the array while releasing terrifying soul fluctuations. Damn Lei Shincheng. How dare you frame our killer Saint bees? We will fight you to the death. We will take down Thunder God City and make them pay a painful price. Terrifying soul fluctuations resounded between heaven and earth. Everyone was stunned. What's going on? How did Thunder God City provoke these bees? The people of Peerless City laughed. Haha, the heavens are helping us. Thunder God City, let's see how you will die this time. Thunder God Mountain. This mountain was the stronghold of Thunder God City. Hence, it was named Thunder God Mountain. At this moment, there were countless Thunder God Realm experts in the mountain. They were surrounded by lightning as if they were a group of thunder gods. They surrounded Fu Hongye tightly. Damn brat, you're too arrogant. They were so angry that they were gnashing their teeth. At this moment, There were already many injured figures on the ground. Blood had dyed the mountain red. To be honest, they were incomparably furious and felt humiliated, because no one had ever dared to attack their stronghold. Now, he was the first one. Furthermore, he was beaten up by a single person. What was even more detestable was that this person was not an expert of the older generation. He was just a second-generation disciple of Wushuang City. The formation flashed, and even more Thunder God Realm experts appeared. They surrounded Fu Hongya and sneered. I admit that you're strong, but you're too arrogant. This is not a place where you can behave atrociously. No matter how strong you are not a match for us. The newly arrived saints were brimming with killing intent. They were indeed furious. If their reinforcements were not in place, the entire mountain would probably be taken down by the enemy. Although Fu Hongya was surrounded by so many experts, he was not afraid at all. He stood there with his hands behind his back and looked around. Humph, have reinforcements arrived? So what? Let's see how you're going to fight me today. As he said that, a red leaf appeared in his hand again. Wherever he looked, those people were so frightened that their eyelids twitched. Although they were angry, they had to admit that Fu Hongya was really too strong. A single leaf of his could transform into tens of millions of divine abilities. It made their scalps go numb. Don't be afraid, he's just bluffing. He's definitely waiting for Wushuang City's reinforcements. Let me tell you the truth. Your Wushuang City's formation has already been destroyed by us. Besides, we've already sealed the mountain. Do you really think they can break in? So today will be the day of your death. These people quickly surrounded him. Don't talk nonsense with him. Countless people attacked. Terrifying divine abilities covered the sky and earth as they controlled Fu Hongya to charge over. Fu Hongya roared towards the sky. Behind him, the illusion of a huge maple tree appeared. The red leaves on the tree fluttered like the sunset. As they swayed, they brought with them terrifying laws. Fu Hongya attacked aggressively. Every leaf brought with it a flower of blood, and the saints were constantly sent flying while vomiting blood. Damn it! I don't believe he can withstand the force of 10,000 lightning bolts when we work together. The people of Thunder God City roared crazily. They combined to form a suppression technique. All the laws were stacked together as they kept attacking. Fu Hongya's face turned pale, and he vomited a few mouthfuls of blood. However, his eyes became brighter, and the red leaf in his hand became even more terrifying. At this moment, a shattering sound could be heard between heaven and earth. It was as if a mirror had fallen to the ground. Then, the formation of the entire mountain range began to split apart. Not good. Our formation is broken. The people of Thunder God City screamed. What's there to be afraid of? They can't send any experts over. If they come, we'll kill them all. The small saints of Thunder God City roared crazily. Their eyes were red. They must kill Fu Hongya today. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to feel at ease. Eastern Spirit Mountain. Previously, those cultivators fled in panic because of the arrival of the killer bees. However, when they ran far away, they realized that the killer bees didn't start a massacre. Instead, they attacked Thunder God Mountain. This made them heave a sigh of relief. They quietly returned to take a look. Soon, they saw that the formation was broken, and countless killer bees rushed in. Oh God, are these killer bees helping Wushuang City? These people were stunned. Let's take a look. What's going on? They raised their heads and looked over. The next moment, they saw that there were so many experts of Thunder God City besieging a person on the mountain. It was a person in snow-white clothes. Although his body was stained with blood and his shoulder was injured, his eyes were incomparably bright. Moreover, every time he attacked, a saint would fall. Under his feet, there were many corpses. The entire mountain was dyed red. The killer bees were still fighting. He didn't die. Instead, he became stronger as he fought. Everyone went crazy. This was simply a miracle. This killer Saint Bee was too powerful and terrifying. Thunder God City had kicked an iron plate this time. Yes, the killer bees were already so difficult to deal with, let alone the killer bees that filled the sky. Everyone was stirred up. The people of Thunder God City were disdainful at first. They had so many experts rushing over. So what if the other party broke the formation? He was just courting death. However, when the array formation really shattered, they were stunned. Because the ones who came in first weren't the people of Wushuang City, but the killer bees that filled the sky. They were so dense that they covered the entire sky. These people all stopped and looked up at the sky in astonishment. Chapter 3694. Even Fu Hongye stopped what he was doing. He raised his head and looked at the sky with a weird look in his eyes. Killer bees? And there were so many of them. What was going on? Were these killer bees trying to start a war with the humans? Just then, a killer bee elder let out a cold voice in the sky. Thunder God City, you are despicable and shameless. You want to use poison to harm our king? Today, we will fight you to the death. Everyone, listen up. Attack the people of Thunder God City with all your might. Along with the cold voice, the eyes of the killer bees turned red. As though they had gone mad, they turned into streaks of golden light and started attacking. The people of Thunder God City below screamed. Many of them were pierced, and some of them were poisoned. They were in a miserable state. This scene was like hell on earth. When the people in the distance saw this, they went crazy. Heavens, this was too unbelievable. These killer bees were really attacking Thunder God City. Fu Hongye was stunned. What was going on? Just then, he received a voice transmission. Senior Brother Hongye, I am Lin Wudi. These killer bees were summoned by me. Hurry, let us leave. I cannot control the killer bee king for long. Killer Saint Bee was stunned for a moment before a smile appeared on his face. Lin Wudi. So, it was him. He understood now. With a loud roar, he rushed out of the crowd and tore the void apart. He flew down the mountain. The people of Peerless City were waiting for him at the foot of the mountain. At the same time, Lin Xian continued to control the Killer Bee King and gave out orders. The Killer Bees and Thunder God City started a war. All the sages of Thunder God City were attacked. Many of them were stung until their heads were full of bumps. These were not ordinary bees. Every single one of them could pierce through their bodies. Even if they did not die, they would be severely injured. And there was a high chance that their foundation would be damaged. Of course, there were also many killer bees that fell. In short, both sides were in a frenzy. In the end, the people of Thunder God City could not hold on any longer. At first, they wanted to call for more reinforcements to help them. But they realized that even though the reinforcements had arrived, they had angered the killer bees. So, they could only change their strategy. Run. Use the teleportation circle to leave. Crack. Crack. These people took the teleportation array and wanted to leave. But at this moment, the teleportation array let out a cracking sound as cracks appeared. There was a missing material in the formation, and there was a gap. Who was it? Who dares to destroy our array formation? These people were in despair. Without the array formation, they would not be able to teleport away. What would be waiting for them next? This was the crazy revenge of killing the Saint Wasp. They didn't dare to imagine the consequences. In their panic, they saw a little white monkey holding a corner of the array formation and traversing through the void. Damned Hosey, give me back my formation. Motherf asterisk cur, I won't rest until you die. I swear that from now on, I will only eat monkey meat. These people screamed crazily, but there was nothing they could do. The little white monkey was too fast and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Without the formation, there was no way to teleport. Their fates would be extremely miserable. Sure enough, these people from the Thunder God City instantly received a counterattack. Since there was no way out, the eyes of these people from the Thunder God City had turned red from the killing. Each and every one of them were roaring as if they had gone crazy. Kill. They clashed with the killer Saint Bees. After another half a day, Lin Xian finally couldn't control it anymore. He felt that the soul of the Saint Wasp was recovering. He gradually couldn't suppress it anymore inside. He knew that it was time to leave. Lin Xian's soul rose into the sky, left the Saint Wasp's body, and flew down the mountain. His speed was extremely fast. In almost an instant, he arrived at the foot of the mountain. At the foot of the mountain, those people from Wushuang City were anxiously waiting. Especially Shen Jingqiu, she was very worried about Lin Xian's safety. Finally, she saw Lin Xian's soul flying back. She immediately heaved a sigh of relief. "Brother Lin, here." She waved her hand. Lin Xian entered the black earth, and his soul and body fused. In the next moment, he walked out. "Let's go. This is not the place to talk. After my soul leaves, the Saint Wasp's soul will soon awaken. At that time, he will definitely be exposed." Lin Xian called a group of people and quickly left. They returned to Wushuang City's stronghold. But, sure enough, not long after they arrived, an earth-shattering roar came from the Thunder God Mountain. A terrifying aura spread throughout the 9 heavens and 10 lands. "Damn it, what's going on?" Everyone was terrified. The Saint Wasp woke up, but when he woke up, he was so angry that he vomited blood. Shouldn't he be in the hive, absorbing pollen to cultivate? Why did he come to the Thunder God Mountain? And there was a big battle? His descendants and subordinates. Why did so many of them die? Stop right there. The Saint Wasp kept roaring. The people from the Saint Wasp's side quickly stopped and instantly gathered beside the Saint Wasp. On the other side, the people from Thunder God City also stopped. Their faces were cold, and each of them had injuries on their bodies. They also gathered together and confronted the Saint Wasp. "You killed the Saint Wasp. Do you really want to fight to the death with our Thunder God City? Don't forget, our Thunder God City is the sacred city. If you provoke us and we send out a saint, you won't be able to bear it. Do you think we're afraid of you? This is the Eastern Spirit Staircase, our territory." Those Saint Wasp's killing intent is also overflowing. The Saint Wasp didn't say anything. He really couldn't understand what was going on. Suddenly, he remembered that his soul had fallen into a deep sleep. Moreover, it was when he was eating the pollen. "Damn it! I've been ambushed, and I've been tricked." This made him roar in his heart. Who was it? Who was using him? He was extremely angry. This time, they had also suffered heavy losses in attacking the Thunder God Mountain. There were many corpses on the ground. He wanted to find the culprit like crazy and tear him into pieces. But when he thought that there might be another sacred city behind this, he hesitated. If they were to fight again at this time, their losses would be even greater. At that time, they would anger the 2 sacred cities. Even if they were heaven and earth variants and were powerful and fierce, they couldn't bear such consequences. Therefore, he could only suffer this loss. Moreover, he couldn't say anything. Otherwise, as a king, it would be shameful for him to be ambushed by someone else. This matter ends here. Both sides can't fight anymore. The Saint Wasp King gave the order and left with the Saint Wasp. Those people from the Thunder God City were so angry that they vomited blood. What the F***CK? Ridiculous. They didn't provoke this swarm of bees at all. But such a big battle happened for no reason. Could it be that it was Wushuang City's ghost? It was very possible. Damn it. When did this swarm of Saint Wasp join hands with Wushuang City? When they thought of Wushuang City, these people from the Thunder God City gnashed their teeth in anger. Their losses this time were really too heavy. A single Fu Hongya was enough to make them badly battered. In addition to the attack of the Saint Wasp, it really made them suffer heavy losses. Damn it, this matter can't be let go like this. Repair the array formation. We will definitely take revenge for this. These people's eyes were red as they started to repair the formation. Chapter 3695. On the other side, laughter could be heard from Wushuang Mountain. That's great. The people from Peerless City were incomparably excited. Although they also suffered losses this time, compared to Lei Shansheng, it was simply not worth mentioning. Of course, it was all thanks to 2 people. One was Fu Hongya. If it wasn't for him, they would have been severely injured. The other was Lin Xian. If it wasn't for Lin Xian, the situation would have been worse. Junior brother, thank you so much this time. Fu Hongya smiled as well. He was very satisfied with this junior brother of his. Lin Xian smiled. Senior brother, you're too polite. I came here to join Wushuang City. In the future, I'll be part of the same sect as everyone. Oh right, we haven't completed the 3rd mission yet. Suddenly, Lin Xian thought of something. Xin Jingqiu also said, yeah, the array is broken. Can we still go back? Don't worry, we've been repairing the array. It'll be done soon. Even if we can't fix it, We can testify that you two came here first. Wushuang City's array was discovered in time. Hence, it was easier to fix it. Basically, it was done in a day. Thunder God City's side might have to put in some effort. What Whitey stole was the core of the array. It wouldn't be easy to fix it. Let's go. Fu Hongya also stood on the array. He called out to Lin Xian and Xin Jingqiu. The three of them took the array and left together. When they appeared, they had already returned to Wushuang City. Senior brother Fu, how is it? In Wushuang City, the martial artists from Wushuang City were also very anxious. Previously, they had received a call for help from Dongling Mountain. Later on, they realized that they couldn't teleport. They thought that the array there was broken. They were very anxious. Luckily, Fu Hongye returned at this time. The matter has been resolved. Fu Hongye said, "Oh right, these two fellows are participating in the third mission. Because of some matters in our stronghold, they should have arrived 5 days ago. Record this down. I can bear witness to this." "Yes, senior brother, we understand." The disciples of Wushuang City quickly recorded it down. At the same time, they said, "Congratulations on passing the third mission. You guys go and rest first. I'll make the announcement after the third stage is over. However, I am here to congratulate the two of you on passing the test and becoming disciples of our Wushuang City." Although the third test was determined based on time, there was still a time limit. That would be 1 month. If they couldn't come out after a month, they would be eliminated. At that time, they would go in and bring those people back safely. "Thank you, senior brother." Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu cupped their fists, and then they went to rest in a nearby hall. The two of them sat down and began to recover. In the following days, the two of them were very relaxed. From the time the two of them entered the third stage to the time they came out, it took a total of 15 days, which was half a month. Actually, the two of them could have come out in 10 days, but because of the previous battle, they were delayed for 5 days. Even so, he was still the first to come out. Of course, Shun Jingqiu knew that this was all thanks to Lin Xian's help. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to get out so quickly. Moreover, Lin Xian was her husband. She naturally wanted to help Lin Xian become the first. After another 5 days, which was the 20th day, another figure appeared. The person who appeared was Shui Tianchen. When he saw that there was no one around, he was extremely excited. That's great. Could it be that he was the first? Because he didn't see Diling, nor did he see Lin Xian. After him, it was Shi Bufan and Wang Xiaofeng. The interval between them wasn't long. They all came out within a day. Shi Bufan saw that Shui Tianchen came out before him and frowned. Damn it, did this person surpass him? This made him unhappy. Wang Xiaofeng was extremely excited because she liked Shui Tianchen very much. She looked around and saw that it was only Shui Tianchen. She exclaimed, "Could it be that you were the first?" "I don't know, but when I came, I didn't see anyone else." Shui Tianchen's voice was trembling because he was too excited. If he could become the first in the third stage, it would be a great honor. Is that true? Wang Xiaofeng was also very happy. Shi Bufan frowned. It shouldn't be. Where's Diling? Where's Lin Wudi? Didn't they appear? To be honest, these two people were stronger than them. Shui Tianchen also said that maybe the two of them met and had a great battle. Indeed, Diling had always been hostile towards Lin Xian. They knew that. Moreover, there was Yu Qinya. Perhaps a world-shaking battle had broken out, and both sides had been injured. So, the speed of collecting the East Spirit Stone slowed down. If that was the case, it would be too easy for them. "You guys come with me to rest." With Wu Shuangcheng leading the way, Shui Tianchen and the others were very excited. They came to a palace nearby. When they opened the door and entered the palace, they were stunned because they saw two people inside. They were extremely surprised to see Lin Xian and Xin Jingqiu. Shui Tianchen's face instantly turned ugly. He thought that he was the first. Who would have thought that he wasn't? Because someone obviously came earlier than them. And it seemed that it wasn't just 1 or 2 days earlier. Lin Wudi was here. Could Diling be far away? He looked around, but he realized that there was only Lin Xian and Shun Jingqiu in the palace. Other than them, there was no one else. "Just the two of you?" Wang Xiaofeng also asked in disbelief. Shun Jingqiu nodded. "Yes, Just the two of us. Brother Lin was the first to arrive. Hearing this, Wang Xiaofeng and the other two sucked in a breath of cold air. Lin Wuti was the first again? It was unbelievable. It seemed that Shen Jingqiu was the second. What about Di Ling? Where was Di Ling? Could it be that he hadn't come out yet? They couldn't believe it. Lin Xian said, I don't know where that guy is. Anyway, I haven't seen him. It was unbelievable. Shui Tianshun and the others were stunned. Di Ling didn't come out again. Could it be that there was an accident inside? They didn't know. Wang Xiaofeng, Shi Bufan, and the others were shocked. Shui Tianshun smiled bitterly. But thinking about it, third place wasn't bad. Because under normal circumstances, if Di Ling and Ghostly participated, he might not be able to get third place. But unexpectedly, Di Ling didn't come out this time. Ghostly didn't participate at all. Of course, there were two dark horses, Lin Xian and Shen Jingqiu. Especially Lin Wuti, he was first in 2 rounds. It seemed that he would be first in the third round too. First in 3 rounds. That meant that he would be first in the final round. He would be their chief disciple in the future. Chapter 3696. Shui Tianshun and Shi Bufan couldn't believe it. All this time, they had thought that Di Ling would become the chief disciple. If there was an accident, it would be Ghostly. But they didn't expect it to be either of them. It was a newcomer who had just risen. As a woman, Wang Xiaofeng was more meticulous. She knew that it was a fact and couldn't be changed. So she came to Shui Tianshun and said, Shui, we have to change our attitude. We will be disciples of Wushuang City in the future. Lin Wuti will be the grand senior brother. We have to have a good relationship with him. At least we can't be enemies with him. Shui Tianshun nodded. Don't worry, Sister Feng, I know. He wasn't a fool. Lin Wuti had won first place with his strength. Other than admiration, he didn't dare to have any hostility. Shi Bufan was the same. They sat down cross-legged and began to recover. In the following days, more and more people came. More and more people came, but they still couldn't see Di Ling. They couldn't believe it. Did something really happen to Di Ling inside? And there was another person who didn't come out. That was Yu Qinya. Yu Qinya was also one of the 8 geniuses. He was very strong and had recently broken through. Di Ling didn't come out. Could it be? They looked at Lin Wuti. Was there a battle between them? Did Lin Wuti win? Or was he attacked by a demon overlord inside? They were more inclined to believe the second result, because they couldn't believe that Lin Wuti could resist Di Ling and Yu Qinya. Even with Shen Jingqiu, it would be a draw at most. But now, Di Ling and Yu Qinya's life and death were unknown. The others also noticed it and started discussing among themselves. Many of them looked at Lin Xian with fear in their eyes. Finally, a month's time was up. More than 3,000 people went in, but less than 500 people passed. The others were all eliminated and became in-name disciples. There were also some who felt their scalps go numb. Di Ling and Yu Qinya didn't come out? God, it was unbelievable. They didn't even have in-name disciples. They were eliminated. Everyone was in an uproar. They now knew that Di Ling and Yu Qinya were only able to enter because they received an additional condition, which was that if they succeeded, they could become disciples of the holy city. Once they failed, they would be eliminated and disqualified. It could be said that this was a great risk. However, no one believed that Di Ling and Yu Qinya would fail. Even if he couldn't get first place, it would be too easy for him to pass the third stage. But now, their minds were in a daze. These 2 people had actually been directly eliminated. Did this have anything to do with Lin Wuti? They didn't really know. In the following time, the people from Wushuang City began to teleport into the East Spirit World to search for those people. Everyone came back one after another. When they found out that they had been eliminated, they were all dejected. 3 days later, Di Ling returned. When everyone saw the Imperial Mausoleum, they couldn't believe it. At this moment, Di Ling's complexion was deathly pale. There was blood on his body, and his clothes were tattered. It was clear that he was seriously injured. What was going on? Why was the Imperial Mausoleum in such a sorry state? What exactly happened? They had never thought that such a valiant Di Ling would be in such a sorry state. In Water Sky City, Wang Xiaofeng, Shi Bufan, and the other sky prides were even more shocked. Sure enough, something had happened inside. But what was it? Was he being chased by beasts? Previously, they thought that it was because of Lin Wudi. But Lin Wudi had already come out, so it should be because of beasts. Thinking of this, they heaved a sigh of relief. It seemed that Di Ling was unlucky to have met a powerful demon saint. Xin Jingqiu had a suspicious look on her face, but Lin Xian had a cold smile on his face. Others didn't know, but he naturally knew. This was not because of beasts, but because of Li Hongxiu. Back then, Di Ling had acted recklessly and sneakily attacked him and Li Hongxiu at the same time. That was why Li Hongxiu was chasing after him. Who was Li Hongxiu? She was able to leave calmly in front of the 3 grand demons and obtain the heavenly treasure. Her strength was definitely out of his expectations. If she chased after Di Ling, would Di Ling feel good? Di Ling was probably lucky that he was still alive. After Di Ling came out, his face was gloomy and cold. He looked around the main hall and soon fixed his eyes on Lin Xian. His murderous aura was about to explode. Everyone's scalp went numb. Lin Xian sneered. Di Ling no longer had the ability to compete with him. Di Ling had been eliminated. As for him, he was first in 3 rounds and would become the 3rd generation's chief disciple. The difference in status between the two was like a chasm between heaven and earth. If Di Ling dared to make a move, Wushuang City would probably not agree. Sure enough, when the martial artists of Wushuang City felt the hostile murderous aura towards Lin Xian, their faces darkened. One of them said coldly, "Di Ling, know your place. You are now a loser. Hurry up and recover. We will send you off when the time comes." These people's voices were cold. A loser, no matter how dazzling and talented he was in the past, they would still not take him to heart. Damn it, Di Ling gritted his teeth. These people dared to treat him like this. He swore that he would make these people regret it. He retracted his gaze from Lin Xian. He knew that now was not the time to make a move. However, he swore that one day, he would personally trample on Di Ling and make him suffer a fate worse than death. After finding a place, Di Ling began to recover. More and more people were brought back. There were also some who did not return. It seemed like these people would not be able to come back. Currently, most of them had been found. Some of them were still missing. It seemed like they had met with an accident. A martial artist from Wushuang City said in a deep voice, "You can start to recover now. 3 days later, I will send you off. As for those who have not returned, our martial artists in Eastern Spirit Mountain will continue to investigate." What? The remaining people had met with an accident? Everyone was in an uproar. Shui Tianqing and the rest gasped. What about Yu Qinya? Yu Qinya also did not return. Could it be that he had met with an accident? If that was really the case, then it was truly earth-shattering news. Yu Qinya was one of the 8 great geniuses and the young master of the Rain clan. His identity and status were extraordinary. The fact that he had been eliminated was already shocking enough. Now that he was still missing, it was even more shocking. The Rain clan would probably not be able to take it and would go berserk. Many people present looked at Lin Xian. Because Yu Qinya and Lin Xian were enemies, some people even looked at Di Ling, wanting to ask if he knew where Yu Qinya was. However, whether it was Di Ling or Lin Xian, they were not to be trifled with. They did not dare to ask. Some people also thought of the despicable and shameless Yu Qinya in the Eastern spirit world. They did not know what had happened to Yu Qinya. Chapter 3697. Some people guessed that he probably encountered a powerful demon saint and was killed directly. Only Lin Xian knew that it was impossible for the other party to come back because he killed the other party with his own hands. Of course, if he didn't say it, no one would know. 3 days passed slowly. At this moment, the final day had finally arrived. In the starry sky, the huge projection of the 9 heavens was still there, emitting a terrifying aura. There were many martial artists around. They were all waiting patiently at this moment. It should be about time. Yes, I've already received news that the final result will be out in a day or 2. These people were even more excited. Among them, many people had already begun to congratulate in advance. Spirit Sealing Star was crowded with people and carriages. Several elders of Spirit Sealing Star were surrounded in the center. Around them were the elders of other families or families. Congratulations, Taoist friends. Your Diling will definitely get first place this time. The chief disciple will definitely be yours. I hope that Taoist friends will help us in the future. I just got a piece of divine metal here. I hope that Taoist friends won't refuse. I have an ancient book here that records a powerful ability. I hope that Taoist friends won't mind. These people had already begun to give gifts. If they could get on the good side of Spirit Sealing Star at this time, they would be able to achieve meteoric success in the future. These elders of Spirit Sealing Star were flushed with joy and laughed loudly. Of course, of course. As for the gifts, they accepted all of them, because they were full of confidence. Diling would definitely get first place. Of course, it wasn't just them. For example, there were some powerful people around Demon's heart. After all, the representative of Demon this time was Ghostly. Even if he wasn't as good as Diling, he was definitely the second best. Regarding this, the people of Demon Star were also full of confidence. There was another place, and that was the Rain Clan. At this moment, the Rain Clan was very high profile. Our young Master Chinya will definitely be able to enter the top 5. That was for sure. If he was lucky, he might even be able to enter the top 3. Everyone also saw Yu Chinya's performance. Although he was suppressed by others before, his potential was unparalleled. For a time, many people also gathered on the Rain Clan side. I have an ancient book here. I hope that Taoist friends won't dislike it. This is my granddaughter. I'll give her to young Master Chinya as a concubine. She's very good at serving people. Everyone began to give him treasures, and some even gave him women. The elders of the Rain Clan were also extremely excited. Did they see that? This was the strength of their Rain Clan. Apart from the Spirit Sealing Star, the Fiend Star, and a few other powerful forces, who else would dare to contend against the Rain Clan? Don't worry, my Rain Clan will definitely remember you. The elders of the Rain Clan laughed heartily. He collected all the gifts. In addition, other families, such as the Shui family, Shi Bufan's family, and Wang Xiaofeng's family, all received congratulatory gifts. The astrals were the same. At this moment, quite a few people from the spirit race had come as well. Naturally, there were also countless people who came to congratulate him. After all, Shun Jingqiu had gotten second place in the first round. Presumably, the last 2 stages would also be very dazzling. The people of the Spirit Tribe were also very happy. If their holy maiden could enter Wushuang City, it would be a great help to the Spirit Tribe. With Qiu Er's talent, she would definitely be able to enter the top 5. She might even be able to enter the top 3. That's right, with her results in the first round, she could even compete for the position of the chief disciple. The elders of the Spirit Tribe were beaming with joy. However, the others, such as Ling Lianhua and the others, were extremely jealous. Damn it! If Lin Fan successfully entered the Holy City and obtained a top ranking, they would be completely trampled under his feet. They would never be able to rise again. Of course, they did not dare to go against Lin Fan now. Ling Lianhua's father's expression was also gloomy. At this moment, he suddenly said that the Holy Maiden had successfully entered the Holy City and had a heavenly talent. Her future husband must be chosen properly. That's right. Didn't the rumors say that she had a husband before? I don't think that's true. Who does that kid think he is? How could he be worthy of our Holy Maiden? When this topic was brought up, many people agreed. They also felt that a person from the first astral realm was worthy of their Holy Maiden. However, there were also some people who frowned. They could not say that. Lin Wudi was not to be underestimated. Don't forget that he obtained first place in the first round and even broke the record. This had also attracted the support of many people. They could see that Lin Wudi's talent was extremely good. His future was limitless. Ling Lianhua's father sneered. So what? It's just the first round and there are many restrictions. Do you think that Di Ling will let him go in the second and third round? Who is stronger and who is weaker between that kid and Di Ling? Don't you know? He is indeed a genius, but what if he is crippled by Di Ling? When these words were spoken, many elders became silent. Indeed, although Lin Wudi was a peerless genius, he might not be strong now. He might not even be stronger than Di Ling. If Di Ling were to make a move, there was a possibility that the other party would be defeated or even seriously injured. Ling Lianhua's father sneered when he saw that everyone was silent. That kid did not have much hope. He might even be eliminated. Don't forget that he not only provoked Di Ling but also the Rain clan. A smart person would not provoke so many powerful clans at the same time. When these words were spoken, even those elders who had been supporting Xian Jingqiu nodded. That's right, with Qiu Er's status and talent, she must marry the chief disciple. Yes, it would be best if she could marry the second-generation disciple. For example, Fu Hongye. That way, the spirit clan would be able to live without worries for 10,000 years. Everyone, don't be so short-sighted. Not only Wushuang City, but holy cities can also form marriage alliances. For example, marrying the peerless geniuses of other holy cities. In short, we have to make a good choice for our holy lady. These people were discussing. At this moment, the spirit clan's old ancestor said that this matter should not be made public. Everything should wait for the final result. After all, he was an old fox who had lived for countless years. He had thought of all possibilities. Naturally, he would not say anything in advance. The others also wanted to hug Lin Xian's thigh because in the first round, Lin Xian's performance was indeed extraordinary. However, after looking around, they found that Lin Xian seemed to be alone. He did not belong to any faction or sect. Therefore, they could only give up. Such a genius would not be able to achieve great things without a solid foundation and support. Look, there seems to be movement above the ninth heaven. Someone exclaimed and countless eyes looked over. In the next moment, they saw a huge array shining in the sky. It was so bright that they could not open their eyes. Chapter 3698. After a long time, that light disappeared. Soon, everyone saw it. They came out. That's right, they saw the disciples who took the test again, as well as the people from Peerless City. They knew that the test was over. The final results came out. That was Water Sky City, right? So handsome. Countless people screamed. There was also Shi Bufan, too heroic. Another group of people cried out in surprise. That was Shen Jingqiu, the holy daughter of the spirit clan. Her beauty was unparalleled. Countless male martial artists screamed. To be able to marry such a person, their lives were worth it. Indeed, the current Shen Jingqiu was like a fairy, making countless people look up to her. On the Rain clan side, their faces were gloomy. One of them even snorted coldly. This person had a graceful figure, but she wore a veil, so her face could not be seen. Actually, she was Yushirchia. It was just that because of the previous matter, she did not have the face to appear in front of everyone. Therefore, she could only bring a veil over. Originally, she was also a proud daughter of heaven, the pearl of the second astral realm. Her limelight was not inferior to Shen Jingqiu's at all. But now, she could only cover her face and stand here, unknown. As for the other party, he was dazzling again, making countless people pursue him. This gap was really too great, making her unable to accept it at all. Don't worry, Shirchia, let them be arrogant for a while. After Qinya comes out, it will be our Rain clan's time to shine. Lin Wudi and Shen Jingqiu cannot be compared to us at all. Those Rain clan elders were full of confidence. The other party was powerful, but so what? Their Qinya was even more dazzling. Thinking of this, these Rain clan elders began to search. They wanted to find their young master Qinya, but after looking around, their expressions were stunned. What was going on? There was no young master Qinya? How was this possible? They looked carefully 3 times and discovered that there was no young master. Yushirchia's body trembled, saying in panic, could it be that her younger brother failed? She could not accept this matter. The elders of the Rain clan were similarly unable to accept this. Even the surrounding families and sects that were sending gifts, as well as the martial artists that wanted to hug their thighs, were all stunned. What was going on? It couldn't have been a mistake, right? How was that possible? The Rain clan elders hurriedly denied. Apart from our young master Qinya, Di Ling and Gili did not come out. Could it be that you also suspect Di Ling? Everyone looked around and discovered that they did not see Di Ling and Gili. Thinking of this, They heaved a sigh of relief. Dealing, that was absolutely impossible. Since Dealing didn't appear, it meant that Yuchinya and Dealing were together. Perhaps he was an even more core disciple. It was possible that he would be chosen as the disciple of the Sage King. When these words were spoken, the crowd went into an uproar. The eyes of the Rain Clan's elders once again erupted with astonishing radiance. There was indeed such a possibility. Ha 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 ha. They raised their heads and laughed. If they, Yuchinya, became the Saint King's disciple, they wouldn't be able to compare to the holy maiden of the spirit race. They could easily trample the others under their feet. At the thought of this, the martial artists from the surrounding clans who were trying to cozy up to him became even more excited. This was a golden thigh, and they had to hold on to it tightly. On the other side, the people from the Fiend Star and the Spirit Sealing Star were the same. They didn't see Ghostly or Demausoleum. However, they also guessed that he might be directly accepted as a disciple of the Sage King. They were extremely excited. In a short period of time, the three great powers had attracted the attention of countless people. Countless people had gone crazy over them. Quickly go and hug the thighs of the three great clans. All of them rushed over. The people from the spirit race also frowned. It couldn't be. Could it be that they were really accepted as a disciple of the Sage King? Damn it. Why were they so lucky? There was no other way. Demausoleum and Gueli were too talented. They were the top two of the 8 great geniuses. But what did this Yuchinya have? Damn it. Could it be that he's more powerful than our holy maiden? These people were so angry that they gritted their teeth. They couldn't accept this at all. At this time, the old ancestor of the spirit race said, "What are you all panicking for? Calm down and wait for the results to be announced." Although he said that, he was also nervous in his heart. If someone really became the disciple of the Sage King, their identity would be too dazzling, and they would be able to compete with everyone else. All right, silence. At this time, an elder from Wushuang City came out and said loudly. His voice spread out in all directions. Everyone quieted down, and countless gazes looked up at the sky, waiting. After the 3 rounds of examination, the final results were out, and they would now be announced. A total of 498 people passed the examination and became the disciples of Wushuang City. They will be the 3rd generation of disciples of Wushuang City. The rest of them will temporarily be in-name disciples. Once they pass the examination in the future, they will become official disciples. Now, I will announce the official disciples. As he said that, the names were announced one by one, resounding through the heavens and earth. Whenever someone's name was called out, a person would step out from the sky and look in all directions. Below, endless cheers and voices of envy burst out. "Did you see that, my son? That's my son." A middle-aged man roared to the sky, tears flowing down his face. The surrounding people were envious. "Congratulations, family head High. That's right, the High family will soar into the sky from now on." The others were incomparably envious. "Ha ha ha, my grandson, you're really good." Someone laughed loudly. Even though the first rankings were the last. So what? They were already disciples of the Holy City. Once they entered the Holy City, their identities would change dramatically. So, how could these people not be happy? Moreover, it was true that when a man achieves the Tao, even his chickens and dogs will ascend to the heavens. Whenever someone enters the Holy City, their family will immediately be looked upon highly. Countless forces and martial artists will want to follow them and hug their thighs. For a moment, everyone was envious. Damn it, why isn't it my grandson's turn yet? The prodigies of our family will definitely be able to enter. These people gritted their teeth and clenched their fists, listening carefully. In the sky, one figure after another stood out. Whenever someone appeared, those families and sects would cheer. Those whose names were not announced were waiting. They knew that there was still hope. However, when more than 400 names were announced, many of them were in despair. Their names were already so high up. Would their prodigies be able to obtain it? They were very doubtful. In other words, would they be eliminated? For a moment, sighs could be heard. Many people cried in despair. Of course, there were also some families who took a deep breath. They were very confident in their prodigies. Perhaps they would be able to enter successfully and even get a higher ranking. Of course, more of them were onlookers. These people were not assessed by their families, so they were here to watch the show. Hurry up and announce who the first few names are. Chapter 3699. That's right. I'm guessing it must be D Mausoleum. It's very likely to be Gue Li. Didn't they all become the disciples of the Saint King? These people were too excited. Among them, the elders and experts from the Rain Clan, the Fiend Star, and the Wind Spirit Star all looked as if victory was within their grasp. What was there to panic about? They would definitely be the last ones to enter the stage. At this moment, the elder from Wushuang City stood up once again and said in a clear voice. Next, it was the core disciples' turn. There were a total of 72 core disciples, and the quota was fixed. However, only 49 people had successfully passed the test and become core disciples. Next, it was time for the core disciples to enter the stage. Although they were all disciples, the core disciples and ordinary disciples were completely different. It was really the difference between heaven and earth. Core disciples were the geniuses that Wushuang City would focus on nurturing in the future. As long as someone from a family became a core disciple, those families would definitely be extremely excited, and the scene would be even more spectacular than before. 7th place, Yang Hao. A loud voice sounded, and then Yang Hao walked out with a trace of light in his eyes. Although it was only 7th place, he was already very satisfied. Because before, he was only the last of the 8 geniuses. Moreover, there were still some geniuses who had not entered the list, so he felt lucky to be able to get 7th place. The genius of the Yang clan was actually 7th. Congratulations to the Yang clan. Countless people gathered towards the Yang clan. The head of the Yang clan laughed and was very polite. It's really a blessing for my Yang clan to have such a genius. You all will come to my Yang clan in the future, and I've decided to invite you all to a banquet. Everyone must not return until they're drunk. A genius from the Yang clan made countless people envious. The Wang clan, Stillwater clan, and Shi clan were a little anxious. However, the Rain clan was very calm. What was 7th place? It couldn't be compared to their young master Qinya. Wang Xiaofeng, 5th place. After receiving this news, the people of the Wang clan were also incomparably excited. This was great. Countless people gathered, wanting to hug the thighs of the Wang clan. Shi Bufan, 4th place. The head of the Shi clan laughed, very satisfied. It was time for the top 3. Many people became nervous. Among them, the people of the Stillwater clan frowned. Was Tian Chun going to fail? The people of the Spirit clan were also nervous. How was their saintess? Was she also in the top 3? That was great. 3rd place, Shui Tianchen. As soon as this voice came out, the people of the Stillwater clan boiled. 3rd. Their genius was actually ranked 3rd, which was really too unbelievable. To be honest, they had never thought about this ranking before. They felt that it was already very good for Shui to be able to make it to the top 5. But who would have thought that he would be ranked 3rd? The surrounding people also exclaimed in surprise. They hadn't guessed it before. Therefore, in an instant, many people surrounded him and began to flatter and hug his thigh. Of course, there were also some who frowned, such as the spirit race. Is it not Xiaoer's turn yet? Could Xiaoer be 2nd? Thinking of this, they felt excited. Of course, there were also people who frowned. That shouldn't be the case. The Imperial Mausoleum was 1st, and Ghostly was 2nd. If Xiaoer was 2nd, then where did the other 2 go? As expected, the elders of the Wind Spirit Star and the Fiend Star frowned. This ranking didn't seem right. The people of the Rain clan were even more so. Where was their young master Qinya? Why wasn't it his turn yet? There were only 2 spots left, but there were still a few geniuses who hadn't appeared. It was really unbelievable. Among them, some followers said that young master Qinya, as the personal disciple of the Saint King, wasn't ranked? Was he ranked alone? That was very likely. If that was the case, then it could be explained. After all, people like Ghostly, Ling, and young master Qinya were ranked alone. Once these words were said, many people started to discuss. The people of the Rain clan heaved a sigh of relief. The elders of the Fiend Star and the spirit sealing star were also relieved. They felt that this was how it should be. When the people of the spirit race heard this, they were slightly relieved. If it was an individual ranking, then they wouldn't have to compete with their saintess. In the sky, the elder of the peerless city stood out again and said loudly, "The second place is..." Everyone became nervous. They desperately wanted to know who was ranked second. Shinjingqiu. A loud voice rang out. The spirit race's saintess. Countless people screamed. The people of the spirit race were also stunned. Second place, their saintess was really ranked second. They hadn't thought of it before, so their minds were blank. After a while, they screamed, "Ha ha ha ha, this is great. Our saintess is ranked second." Meteoric rise. They knew that the spirit race would definitely soar into the sky in the future. Congratulations to the spirit race. Another group of people rushed over. As for the other families, they were incomparably jealous. The spirit race really had a good saintess. She was actually ranked second. Among them, the eyes of Ling Lianhua and the others were red. They knew that from now on, they couldn't suppress Shunjingqiu anymore. Ling Lianhua's father's eyes lit up. Although they couldn't suppress it, they definitely wouldn't let the other party have it easy. At least, he had to sow discord. Didn't Shen Jingqiu have a husband? He had to start from there. Previously, he had already done so, and gained the approval of many elders. That was, Lin Xian wasn't qualified to be with Shen Jingqiu. As long as he continued to sow discord, he would definitely gain the approval of all the elders. And if Shen Jingqiu insisted on choosing Lin Xian, then all the elders would oppose it. In this way, the saintess and the spirit race would have a conflict. This was the effect he wanted, so he stood out again. As our saintess, Qiu was ranked second. Then, her husband was definitely a powerhouse whose name resounded throughout the world. He wasn't someone that any random person could be. Yes, that's right, that Lin Wudi wasn't qualified to be with our saintess. This time, all the elders agreed. Even the spirit race's old ancestor didn't say anything. First place was Lin Wudi? What a joke. Ghostly and Di Ling hadn't appeared yet. How could it be Lin Wudi's turn? Perhaps Lin Wudi had already been crippled by Di Ling or Yuqinya. Others were also discussing. Who was the first place? Some people even said that there might not be a first place, but 3 personal disciples. The news spread wider and wider. In the end, everyone believed it. Could it be that Di Ling and the other 2 had really become the Saint King's disciples and were above all the core disciples? Thinking of this, the Rain Clan's people were very happy. Their faces were filled with excitement. Great, from now on, their Rain Clan would be one of the top families. Even in the entire second astral boundary, they were an extremely terrifying existence. Chapter 3700. The people of Fiend Star and Spirit Sealing Star were the same. They raised their heads and waited for the final result. Countless people were envious. They knew that from now on, these 3 forces would really soar. In the sky, the elder of Wushuang City stood up again and said loudly. The first place was, at this point, his voice paused for a moment, and he looked in all directions. As for the people below, they were craning their necks, and their hearts were about to jump out of their chests. First place, Lin Wudi. When this voice came out, everyone was stunned. Their minds were blank, and they were petrified. No one could believe their ears. They had hundreds of guesses before. For example, they guessed that Di Ling would be first. Or it could be Ghostly. Later, they guessed that there was no first place. There were only 3 direct disciples of the Sage King. But now, when they got the result, it was completely different from their guesses. There was a first place, and the first place was someone they did not expect. Lin Wudi. This was too unbelievable. After a long period of silence and petrification, someone finally screamed. Then, everyone was in an uproar. The whole world was filled with all kinds of noises. Some were excited, some were surprised, and some were puzzled. There were even people who roared at the sky. How was this possible? How could Lin Wudi be first? The person who roared was an elder of the Rain Clan. He had gone crazy. Lin Wudi was the enemy of his clan. How could he achieve such a dazzling result? In the sky, The elder of Wushuang City said in a deep voice. What was impossible? Lin Wudi was first in 3 rounds. He deserved to be first in the assessment. Not only that, but he also became the chief disciple of the 3rd generation of disciples. When this news came out, there was another uproar. Chief disciple. This identity card was too important and too dazzling. It was above all the core disciples. One had to know that there was only one chief disciple in each generation. The 1st generation, Linghu Chueshue, and the 2nd generation, Fu Hongye, were extremely terrifying existences. Now, the chief disciple of the 3rd generation would have limitless achievements in the future. How is this possible? If he was the chief disciple, then what about Di Ling? The people of Spirit Sealing Star could not hold it in anymore. They could accept letting Lin Wudi get first place. After all, Di Ling could become the direct disciple of the Sage King. But if he was the chief disciple, then they could not accept it. There was only one chief disciple, and the other party had become the chief disciple. Then what was their imperial mausoleum? That's right. Where's our ghostly? Why hasn't he appeared yet? The people from the Fiend Star also stood out and questioned in a cold voice. The Rain Clan's people also stood out. Where is our young master Chinya? Wasn't he already a direct disciple of the Sage King? Why wasn't he qualified to be the head disciple? Questioning voices rang out one after another, and the others also held their breaths. That's right. What the hell is going on? They need an explanation. The people of the Spirit Clan were also stunned. That little brat was actually first. Their faces were filled with disbelief. At this moment, they felt as if someone had ruthlessly slapped them in the face. Previously, when their Saintess had obtained 2nd place, they were extremely excited. Some people even suggested that Lin Wudi was not qualified to be their Saintess's husband. But now, Lin Wudi was ranked first, and he was the chief disciple. This identity was even more dazzling than their Saintess. Was such a person really not qualified? They did not think so. Therefore, at this moment, their expressions were incomparably ugly. There were even many elders who were shocked. This was impossible, especially the Spirit Lotus faction's elder. What was going on with this little brat? Although he was talented, his strength was not strong. How could he obtain first place? I don't believe it. There must be a problem. Not only them, everyone around was stunned. They indeed needed an explanation. In the sky, the Peerless City's elders' face sank. What? Are you questioning our Peerless City? We don't dare to question, but we want to know where our genius's imperial mausoleum is. Yes, and our ghostly. Our young master Yu Qinya. Where is he now? The Peerless City's elder spoke. Who told you that Yu Qinya had already become the Sage King's direct disciple? The moment these words came out, it was like 10,000 claps of thunder, causing the Rain Clan's people to be stunned. Their young master Qinya did not become a direct disciple? How could it be? Damn it, the difference was really too big. Previously, they had been praised to the skies, but now, they had fallen from the clouds to the ground. This was unacceptable to them. Impossible. Qinya did not become a direct disciple, but he was also not in the rankings. What was going on? Could it be that he was eliminated? Thinking of this, the Rain Clan's people felt like their brains were about to explode. They could not accept this fact. The surrounding people were also in an uproar. No way. Could it be that only Di Ling and Ghostly became direct disciples? For a moment, many people looked at the Rain Clan with strange eyes. Even those who saw the treasure felt extremely regretful. They wished they could slap their own mouths. Damn it, the treasure was already given out. But did it really cause a blunder? They should still hug Di Ling and Ghostly's thighs. Who told you that the Sage King had accepted a direct disciple? In the sky, the Peerless City's elder spoke again, causing everyone to be stunned. This time's examination only accepted ordinary and core disciples. The Sage King's direct disciples would be selected again in the future cultivation. This time, there was no direct disciple. When this news came out, everyone in the 9 heavens 10 earths was stunned. No direct disciple. This was too inconceivable. Then what about Yu Qinya, Di Ling, and Ghostly? Everyone could not believe it. The Rain Clan's people were stunned. The Fiend Star and Spirit Sealing Star's people were roaring crazily. Our genius? Where is our genius? Silence. In the sky, the peerless city's elder spoke in a deep voice. A terrifying sage aura spread across the 9 heavens, 10 earths. All the rankings had been finished. Those who did not have a ranking were disqualified and eliminated. What? Those who were eliminated? Everyone went crazy. Many people fainted from fright. On the Rain clan side, many elders vomited blood. On the Fiend Star and Spirit Sealing Star side, their faces were pale. Their young master Qinya was eliminated? Damn it, that was impossible. Di Ling and Ghostly were eliminated? How could this be? We don't believe it. The Fiend Star's people roared. The Spirit Sealing Star's people snorted coldly. There must be a problem. We can't accept it. Where is our young master Qinya? The Rain clan's people also roared. The Peerless City's elder spoke in a clear voice. Di Ling did not return in the stipulated time in the 3rd round and was eliminated. Ghostly was eliminated in the 2nd round. As a nominal disciple, he could participate in the examination again half a year later. Chapter 37:01. When the news came out, the surrounding people went crazy. Di Ling was really eliminated, and Ghostly was also eliminated. Wasn't this too unbelievable? To be honest, these people felt like they were dreaming because anyone could be eliminated. But how could these 2 people be eliminated? They were the top 2 of the 8 geniuses, and they were the 2 most likely to become the chief disciple. But now, not only did they not become the chief disciple, they didn't even become a disciple of Peerless City. They were directly eliminated. Impossible. We don't believe it. The people of Spirit Sealing Star roared crazily. Where's Di Ling? We want to see him. Yes, where's Ghostly? We want to see him too. The people of the Fiend Planet said. They felt that this matter was too strange. Di Ling, come out. In the sky, the elder of Peerless City waved his hand. From the crowd behind, a figure walked out. At this moment, Di Ling was no longer in a sorry state. The clothes and armor on his body had been changed, but his face was still pale. After he walked out, he didn't say a word. It was Di Ling. Countless people screamed. The people of Spirit Sealing Star also felt their hearts sink. Di Ling was such an arrogant person. He was usually brilliant, like a god of war. However now, the other party's aura was too weak, his expression ugly, making their hearts sink to the bottom of an ancient land. It was very likely that he was really eliminated. Di Ling, tell us how you were eliminated. Otherwise, others will think that Peerless City is unfair. Di Ling's face was extremely ugly. How could he bear to admit his miserable experience in front of everyone? However, he didn't dare to go against Peerless City now. With Peerless City's strength, it was very easy for them to kill him. He could only obediently cooperate. He took a deep breath and said helplessly, in the 3rd stage, I was chased and didn't have time to collect the East Tombstone. Chased? Chased? Everyone's hearts trembled violently. The Imperial Mausoleum was so terrifying, but it was actually being chased, and it was being chased from start to finish. He didn't even have time to collect the East Tombstone. This was too shocking. The people of Spirit Sealing Star were also stunned. They didn't expect it to be like this. If it was any other reason, they wouldn't believe it. But if it was this one, then it could really be explained. Di Ling was powerful, but he was only an early 5th heavenly layer saint. There were many more who were more powerful than him. Moreover, they knew about the East Spirit World. There were all sorts of powerful beings and disciples of the Saint City training there. Perhaps Di Ling was really unlucky and provoked some heaven-defying existence and was being hunted down. Everyone sighed. Di Ling's luck was really bad. That's right, he was simply unlucky to the extreme. Who knew what kind of expert he had provoked? Do you think his pursuit has anything to do with Linwoody? Everyone quietly looked up at the sky. In the sky, the most dazzling person standing at the front was Lin Xian. His body shone with boundless light as he accepted the worship of the crowd. Previously, everyone had different opinions about Lin Xian. They thought that he was talented but weak, and that it would take him hundreds or even thousands of years to grow. But now, the other party had proven that not only was he talented, he was also powerful enough to become the head disciple. Did Lin Xin tamper with the Imperial Mausoleum's elimination? They didn't know. Ling's matter had been explained. As for Ghostly, he was now an in-name disciple and was still cultivating in Wushuang City. Hence, he couldn't come over. Hearing this, the people of the Demon Star sighed. However, there was still hope for him to become an in-name disciple. In other words, Ghostly could still become a disciple of the Saint City in the future. This made them slightly concerned. However, someone still stood out and asked, "I want to know, how did Ghostly get eliminated?" Ghostly challenged Lin Wudi in the second round and lost. He was eliminated. An elder of Wushuang City said. Everyone was shocked. The eyelids of the people of the Demon Star twitched. Did he lose to Lin Wudi? Ghostly couldn't beat Lin Wudi. The others were also in an uproar. This Lin Xian was too strong. They had a deeper understanding of how terrifying Lin Xian was. Wait, that's not right. At this moment, the people of the Spirit Sealing Star stood out. They said that Ghostly was eliminated and became an in-name disciple. Why would our Imperial Mausoleum be disqualified after being eliminated? That's not fair. That's right. The surrounding people were also in an uproar. That was indeed a problem. Everyone was discussing. The elders of the Rain clan said, "That's right. Where's our young master? Where is he? When was he eliminated?" "All right, I'll explain it to you." An elder of Wushuang City said, "He was eliminated because he lost twice. Actually, it wasn't the third round. In the second round, Ling was eliminated and became an in-name disciple." What? Ling was eliminated twice? Everyone was shocked. Ling was the #1 genius of the 8 great geniuses. How strong was he? He had actually been eliminated twice. Who was so powerful? An elder of Wushuang City said. In the second round, Ling challenged Lin Wudi and lost. Yu Qinya also challenged Lin Wudi and lost. Everyone gasped. Lin Wudi again. This Lin Wudi was too heaven-defying. Not only did he defeat Ghostly, but he also defeated Ling and Yu Qinya. They were the top 3 geniuses of the 8 great geniuses. What was going on in the second round? Everyone wanted to know, but how could the people of Wushuang City reveal the details? If you think it's unfair, you can ask all the participants and see if it's fair. As soon as these words came out, everyone fell silent. Yes, if Wushuang City was really unfair, there would definitely be people who would jump out. But now, no one objected. This meant that the process was absolutely fair. If they lost, it meant that they were weaker than others. Although they didn't want to believe it, it was the truth. The truth couldn't be changed. The faces of the people from Spirit Sealing Star were extremely ugly. Their geniuses had actually lost twice. It was too shameful. Ling was also trembling. On the other side, the people of Rain Clan were also dumbfounded. They were so angry that they vomited blood. Damn Lin Wudi, how is this possible? They didn't expect that the young master they were so proud of would be defeated in the second round. One had to know that they had imagined that their young master could kill his way into the top 3 and even get first place to become the chief disciple. Later, they even imagined that their young master could become the disciple of the Sage King. But now, their young master had actually been defeated. This was no longer a slap to their faces, this was a kick to their hearts. They couldn't believe such a huge contrast. Chapter 3702. The surrounding followers of the Rain clan all had ugly expressions on their faces. Damn it, they really failed. Yu Qinya was really eliminated. Damn it, they were hugging a huge thigh. How was it a golden thigh? It was a rotten thigh. There was no hope. In an instant, these people started retreating. Some of them even wanted to take back the treasures that they had given away. This scene provoked the elders of the Rain clan even more. Yu Shiqia stood in the crowd, trembling slightly. Although she was wearing a veil, her expression was extremely ugly. Her brother had actually been defeated. Furthermore, he had been defeated by Lin Wudi. What a huge irony. Lin Wudi was the benefactor of the Rain clan before this. However, none of them thought highly of him. They even mocked him, thinking that he was an ant from the first star realm. However, now, reality had given them a slap in the face. It was this ant that had defeated their genius young master and even became the chief disciple of the holy city. What kind of glory was this? In the sky, the elder of Peerless City continued. Originally, Diling, Yuchinya, and the others had already lost the qualifications to participate in the third stage. However, these people joined hands to create trouble. Our Peerless City gave them an extra chance to participate in the second stage. If they could successfully pass the second stage, they would be able to participate in the third stage. However, if they failed, they would be disqualified from being a nominal disciple. Among them, Diling and Yuchinya had both participated in the second stage. Ghostly chose not to participate. Therefore, he was still a nominal disciple. In the third stage, Diling and Yuchinya both failed. Therefore, they were directly eliminated. This was already very clear. Now, everyone knew what was going on. No wonder Ghostly was a nominal disciple. Diling and Yuchinya were directly eliminated. But where was our young master Chinya? The people of the Rain Clan asked again. Because Ghostly was a nominal disciple, he did not come. However, Yuchinya was the same as Diling. Why did he not come out? In the sky, the elder of Peerless City said, Yuchinya failed in the third stage. We sent people to search for him, but they could not find him. We guessed that he might have fallen in the eastern spirit world. Yuchinya was dead. Everyone was stunned. If Yuchinya's elimination was like an earthquake, then Yuchinya's death was like a storm. In fact, it wasn't just Yuchinya who had lost their lives inside. When they heard that there were more than 100 people, many families collapsed. Not only were their geniuses eliminated, but they had also died inside. The others were also silent. They mourned for these people. However, everyone knew that this was very normal. Since there was a battle, there would definitely be casualties, especially in a training ground like the East Spirit World. It was just that they didn't expect a genius like Yuchinya to fall inside. I don't believe it. The people from the Rain Clan also collapsed. Their genius, the hope of their Rain Clan, actually died inside. This was simply falling from the clouds onto the ground. Instead, he fell straight from the clouds to the 18th level of hell. Chia's body swayed and she almost fell. She spat out a mouthful of blood and clutched her chest in shock. Was his brother dead? How could this be? Who killed my brother? The other elders also roared. Who was the murderer? We must tear him to shreds. There were countless experts in the Eastern Spirit World, many disciples of the Holy City, and countless beast saints. Anyone could be the murderer. The people from the Rain Clan were stunned. They didn't know who the murderer was. The others were also in an uproar. It might be some powerful beast. Yes, the demons there were arrogant and probably didn't put the human race in their eyes. Discussions sounded one after another. The people from the Rain Clan found it hard to accept. Their young master had died, and there wasn't even a murderer. Damn it, it was that brat. It might be that Lin Wudi. A voice sounded, and then countless eyes turned to look at the figure above them. Lin Wudi? Could it be him? The others were also shocked. Tell me, did you kill our young master? The elders of the Rain Clan roared crazily. In the sky, Lin Xian stood there with his hands behind his back. He looked down with a cold smile. He didn't answer. The people from Peerless City beside him covered their mouths and stood out, shouting coldly. What kind of attitude is this? This is the chief disciple of our third generation. He represents our Peerless City. You dare to scold the chief disciple? Do you want to become enemies with our Peerless City? His voice was cold and emotionless. The others felt their scalps go numb. The people from the Rain Clan were also stunned. Even the followers of the Rain Clan opened up a path, creating a sufficient distance between them and the Rain Clan. What a joke. No matter how powerful the Rain Clan was, they were just a family. However, Peerless City was the holy city. With a Saint King overseeing the city, it was like the difference between a giant dragon and an ant. If Peerless City wanted to destroy the Rain Clan, it would be very simple. At this time, whoever helped the Rain Clan would be going against Peerless City. No one would be so stupid. The people from the Rain Clan also woke up. They were so scared that their bodies turned cold. Damn it, they hated it so much. Lin Wudi was no longer an ant in their eyes. He was the chief disciple of Peerless City. His identity was so noble that even their clan leader had to avoid him. After all, they had to show some respect. Come back. The clan leader of the Rain Clan said coldly. They didn't dare to fall out with Peerless City. Otherwise, they would be annihilated. The people from the Rain Clan retreated unwillingly. However, no one dared to shout again. However, they swore in their hearts that they would definitely take revenge. At this time, Lin Xian, who was in the sky, spoke. Qinya fell in the East Spirit world. To be honest, I'm also heartbroken. After all, he was also a heaven's pride, someone who could have become my fellow disciple. However, it's a pity that his luck wasn't good. As for why you didn't suspect me, I understand. Because there is hatred between us. I once helped your Rain Clan. You repaid my kindness with enmity. However, I won't pursue this matter. However, I'm not only representing myself, but also representing Peerless City. Therefore, I hope that you and the Rain Clan can correct your attitude. It doesn't matter if you insult me, but if you dare to insult Peerless City, I will definitely not let you off. Pooh. The people from the Rain Clan below were so angry that they vomited blood. Many elders fainted from anger. The surrounding people also had different expressions. It seemed that this Lin Wuti was not only powerful, but also very smart. With a few simple words, he directly pointed out the Rain Clan's despicable and shameless behavior. As for him, he displayed magnanimity. Then, he pointed out his identity and swore to protect the honor of Peerless City. In an instant, he changed from a suspect to a genius with great talent and a boundless future. Moreover, he was the chief disciple of Peerless City. As for the Rain Clan, if they dared to play any tricks, Peerless City would definitely take action. Chapter 3703. Lin Xian's lips curled into a smile. Rain Clan? Hee, they were nothing in his eyes now. If these people dared to touch him, he would not need to do anything. Someone else would take care of them. The people of Peerless City were very satisfied. Lin Xian had said that Yu Qinya's death was an accident, and he had defended Peerless City. They were naturally satisfied. The people of the Rain Clan were disheartened. The people of Spirit Sealing Star were indignant. This was supposed to be their glory, but now it had been given to someone else. Di Ling was trembling with anger. However, he was no longer a match for the other party. He wanted to break through. He wanted to become stronger. He believed that he would be able to trample the other party under his feet again. The eyes of the people from the Fiend planet flickered. This was really unexpected. They didn't expect a dark horse to appear. They had to warn Ghostly to be careful. Lin Wuti was too scary. The other clans and sects also warned their juniors not to go against Lin Wuti. The people of the spirit race were silent. They had looked down on Lin Wuti before, but now, he was too dazzling. The old ancestor of the spirit race snorted. Why are you all not talking? Weren't you all good at arguing before? You are too young. You are not good at judging people. From now on, you are not allowed to go against Lin Wuti. If I find out, I will expel him from the spirit race. The others were scared stiff. Yes, old ancestor. We will not do that. Even without the old ancestor's warning, they knew that this person was not to be trifled with. The old ancestor was still worried. As for Chiu and the young people, let them make their own decisions. Understood? Understood. Understood. The elders nodded their heads quickly. Ling Huanhua's face was pale. Ling Huanhua's father lowered his head, not daring to say anything. Next, it was time for the ceremony. The Holy City's recruitment of disciples was an important matter. Therefore, the ceremony had to be announced to the world, and countless clans and sects had to worship it. This way, it could strengthen the Holy City's reputation and strengthen their power. Indeed, at this moment, countless people came to congratulate the Holy City. Among them, the most dazzling one was Lin Xian. As the head disciple, he was the center of attention. After today, Lin Wuti's name would resound throughout the second astral boundary. Over at the Rain Clan side, the people who had presented the gifts earlier all gathered around. Well, hurry up and return the treasure I gave you. Fellow Taoist, I'm too poor right now. I don't have anything to give to Peerless City. Therefore, I think it's better if you return the godly medal that I gave you. Granddaughter, come back quickly. You'd better be Lin Wudi's concubine. Voices sounded one after another. The elders of the Rain clan fainted from anger once again. It was a grand entrance ceremony. Countless people prostrated themselves in worship. In the sky, 498 people stood there. Behind them were the official disciples, and further ahead were the 49 core disciples. Standing at the very front was Lin Xian. The whole process of the ceremony not only conferred status, but also conferred rewards. Lin Xian took first place in all 3 tests and obtained 3 Dao comprehending tea leaves. This made countless people jealous. Even the eyes of the little saints turned red. This was really a rare treasure. Its effect on comprehending the great Tao of heaven and earth was too obvious. They couldn't wait to snatch it. Of course, they didn't dare to. Apart from that, there were also a lot of rewards, such as divine abilities, cultivation techniques, martial arts, armors, and weapons. There were all kinds of cultivation pills and resources. At this moment, they were arranged in less than one. Apart from that, Lin Xian also had an extra unparalleled sword. This was a saint weapon, a treasured sword. It was forged based on the real Saint King's weapon, the unparalleled sword. There were a total of 3 swords. The chief disciple had one each. In other words, Ling Hu Chueshue, Fu Hongye, and Lin Xian each had one. This was not only a saint weapon, but also a symbol of status. After Lin Xian respectfully received it, he hung it on his waist. He raised his head and let the countless rays of light shine on his body. From now on, he was a member of Peerless City. With his status, even the patriarch of a clan like the Rain clan had to be respectful to him, let alone those elders. His opponents in the future would also be geniuses from other saint cities. Apart from the normal rewards, the treasures from the surrounding clans, sects, and experts were also piled up like a mountain. After a few days, Peerless City would distribute these things to Lin Xian and the others as rewards. It had to be said that becoming a disciple of the saint cities was really great. Just these resources alone were enough to make countless saints jealous. With Lin Xian's status, the resources he would receive in the future would probably be more than the entire Rain clan combined. This was the strength of the saint cities. Everyone was overwhelmed with emotions. They thought that in the future, this matter would definitely spread throughout the entire Second Star realm, because it was too legendary and too shocking. However, they didn't expect that at the last moment of the disciple acceptance ceremony, there would be an unforeseen event. In the distance, there was a crack in space. A formation flickered in the sky. Someone was about to be teleported over. And from the looks of it, it wasn't a single-person teleportation, but a group teleportation. Who would be so generous to set up such a terrifying spatial teleportation formation? The people of Peerless City also stopped what they were doing and turned their heads to look in front. The elders of Peerless City frowned. Looking at the formation, it wasn't weak at all. They wondered which saint cities it was from. However, for the other party to come at this time, wasn't it too arrogant? Were they trying to go against Peerless City? The faces of the others also changed. Who was it that was so arrogant? Finally, they saw countless people descending. Accompanying them were extremely terrifying lightning and laws. They covered the 9 heavens and 10 earths. Everyone's bodies instantly tensed up. What a terrifying lightning aura. Moreover, it wasn't just one person, but countless people. Were these people from the Thunder God City? Many people screamed because they guessed that the ones who dared to do this should be the saint cities. And the only ones who had such a violent lightning aura could only be the Thunder God City. However, why did the other party come at this time? They didn't know. However, the faces of the people of Peerless City changed. Even Shun Jingqiu and Lin Xian frowned. Others didn't know, but they knew. In the Eastern Spirit World, a huge battle had happened between Peerless City and Thunder God City. In that battle, they had obtained a complete victory. Many people from the Thunder God City had died, and countless saints were injured. They knew that Thunder God City wouldn't let this matter rest. However, they didn't expect the other party to come at this time. Be careful, they didn't come with good intentions. At the same time, Send a message to the Saint Cities to get some elders and experts to come over. The elders of Peerless City hurriedly gave the order. The martial artists of Peerless City started to move quickly. Soon, the formation of Peerless City flashed, and people were teleported over. Chapter 3704. Many elders walked out, each with a strong aura. Moreover, Fu Hongye was here too. Not only him, but he also brought a group of second-generation disciples. Heavens, something big is going to happen. The surrounding worshippers were dumbfounded. Could it be that the two cities were going to fight? If that was the case, it would be more shocking than the death of Yuqinya. Their hearts were beating wildly. Once the situation went wrong, they would run away immediately. After the people of Thunder God City were teleported out, the few elders who were leading them laughed out loud. They brought their people and flew quickly in the air, heading over here. On the side of Peerless City, a few elders gathered together and asked in a loud voice, "Friends of Thunder God City, what are you here for?" "Of course, we are here to congratulate." The people of Thunder God City laughed. "Today is the day of Peerless City's disciple recruitment. We are here on the order of Thunder Sage King to congratulate Peerless City for accepting a genius disciple. Men, come and present the gifts." The few elders waved their hands, and the disciples of Thunder God City behind them took out their gifts one after another. Treasures were piled up like mountains. The others were stunned. Here to congratulate? Was it really that simple? Even the people of Peerless City frowned. The other party was here to congratulate? What a joke. It was fine if others believed it, but they would be fools if they believed it. Previously in the East Spirit world, the battle was so fierce. Now that the other party was smiling, there must be something wrong. The others did not know and thought that the relationship between the two cities was good. However, at this moment, the elders of Thunder God City said that other than congratulating, they had also brought some young fellows of Thunder God City. When these young fellows heard that Peerless City had a lot of geniuses this time, they were very excited and wanted to spar with each other. I wonder if the cultivators of Wushuang City will give me some face? Hearing this, the surrounding people were in an uproar. They wanted to spar? Many people's eyes lit up, and some even frowned. Indeed, things were not that simple. To spar during such a grand entrance ceremony, this was not a simple competition. They were here to cause trouble. Because once the new disciples of Peerless City were defeated, it would be a slap in the face. The whole Second Star Realm would know about it soon. As a holy city, face was very important. If they were slapped in the face at this time, the reputation of the holy city would be severely damaged. When the people from Peerless City heard this, they frowned. Sparring? As expected, these people were up to no good. An elder from Wushuang City stood out. They could exchange pointers, but not now. Now is the most crucial moment of our Wushuang City's entrance ceremony. If everyone wants to exchange pointers, we will arrange a competition in the future. In the future? But these little fellows can't wait any longer. Moreover, we came from far away. I heard that there are quite a few geniuses from Wushuang City this time. If he entered the holy city and went into seclusion for 8 to 10 years and did not come out, then it would really be a pity. That's right. Senior, we're really just sparring. We won't go all out. Senior, don't worry. In front of everyone in the world, I, Thunder Saint City, will still give you face. At this time, a few disciples from the opposite side walked out. Although their expressions were respectful, their tone was not very polite. I heard that there is a person called Lin Wudi in this assessment. He is very powerful. I want to experience it personally. Another person walked out. When this person appeared, many people exclaimed in surprise. A level 5 sage. This person's strength was even stronger than Ling. He actually wanted to challenge Lin Wudi? Could it be that there was some hatred between the two? After all, it was normal for there to be competition between the holy cities. But to challenge by name was not normal. There must be a conflict between the two sides. As soon as this was said, countless people started discussing. Many people looked towards Wushuang City. Would the people from Wushuang City agree? Many people shook their heads. Not necessarily. If they agreed at this time, it would be fine if they won. But if they lost, it would be very embarrassing. Not necessarily. Since they were already being clamored to this extent, if they still did not make a move, they would be ridiculed even more. That's right. And look at how aggressive Lei Shuncheng was this time. He definitely had a way to make Wushuang City make a move. The battle between the two holy cities would definitely be exciting. It would definitely be more exciting than the previous assessment. That was for sure. These people were all excited. In the previous 3 rounds of assessment, they only saw the first round. It was not fun at all. If they could see the geniuses of the holy cities fighting, then it would be a worthwhile trip. Of course, there were also some big families that were worried. Because their geniuses had just entered the holy cities and were about to be challenged. If they were defeated, it would be a huge blow to them. There were also some people who were very excited. Their faces were filled with excitement. For example, the Rain Clan. Originally, they looked as if they were struck by lightning. But now, they revealed a sinister expression. Challenging Lin Wudi? Great. Let the geniuses of Thunder God City kill Lin Wudi. I want to see this kid being torn into pieces with my own eyes. They couldn't wait to kneel down and beg the people of Thunder God City to make a move. On the other side, the people of Demon Star and Spirit Sealing Star were also cold. After all, Lin Wudi had defeated their geniuses in the second round. If someone could teach the other party a lesson at this time, it would be for the best. This kid was definitely going to die. Di Ling snorted. A level 5 sage was extremely powerful. He couldn't even fight against it without the ancient bronze corpse. How could the other party fight against it? Moreover, this wasn't an ordinary level 5 sage. This was a Heaven's Pride of Thunder God City. A Heaven's Pride that could fight above his level. The people of Wushuang City also frowned. Lei Chong. They didn't expect that the one who stood out to challenge was Lei Chong. This wasn't a new disciple. The other party was a veteran genius of Thunder God City. He was very famous. Many of them knew him. For such a person to challenge a new disciple, this wasn't deliberately looking for trouble. It was a provocation. Therefore, they wanted to reject. But they knew that Lei Shunqing wouldn't let this go. After all, the conflict between the two parties was very intense. Perhaps the other party still had some tricks up his sleeve. Moreover, they were from Sacred City. Did they need Thunder God City to give them face? So it's Lei Chong. Mr. Lei, if you want to spar, you can. Why are you looking for our new junior brother? How about this? I'll spar with you. A person walked out. It was a second-generation disciple. His body was emitting a terrifying light. That's right. A veteran disciple challenging a new disciple who just entered Sacred City. It was a little inappropriate. When did Lei Shunqing become such a coward? The second-generation disciples of Wushuang City also said coldly. When the others heard this, there was an uproar. What? This Lei Chong was actually a veteran genius. Some people exclaimed. I've heard of him. He's very powerful. Why is he fighting against Lin Wudi? Chapter 3705. Lei Chong said coldly. I'm not interested in challenging you second-generation disciples. I only want to challenge Lin Wudi. Although he's a newcomer, his strength is very powerful. I've already seen it in Dongling World. However, due to some unexpected things, I didn't get to experience his skills personally. Now, I want to have a real contest with him. Lin Wudi, do you dare? Lei Chong's eyes were filled with killing intent. He was indeed here to provoke. He was here to slap Lin Wudi's face. He had already fought with Lin Xian at Dongling Staircase. Lin Xian had killed his younger brother, and he would definitely avenge this grudge. That day, he had brought over a dozen cultivators with him, wanting to torture Lin Xian to death. However, he didn't expect that Lin Xian had a kind of poison in his hands. Not only did they not kill him, but they were also defeated in an instant. This was simply a great humiliation. Therefore, at this moment, he must torture Lin Wudi to death in front of the whole world. You want to challenge me? Sure, but I'm the chief disciple. Not any random cat or dog can challenge me. Let your chief disciple come. The people of Thunder God City were so angry that they wanted to vomit blood. Damn it. Were they being looked down upon? The surrounding people's mouths twitched. Cat or dog? Lei Chong was a top genius, a fifth heaven sage. If he was a cat or dog, what were they? Lei Chong was also furious. Damn brat, you're courting death. He roared, and the 9 heavens divine thunder descended. Why are you angry? Aren't you here to congratulate me? It's very impolite to be angry in our territory. Lin Xian said again. I'm not talking about you guys. It's just a metaphor. Don't take it personally. Pooh. The people of Thunder God City were injured again. They were about to bleed. Damn it. Why does this guy look like he's asking for a beating? Especially Lei Chong. He couldn't wait to slap Lin Wudi to death. Lin Xian was unperturbed. He didn't have the slightest intention to make a move. The elders of Thunder God City also gave Lei Chong a look, telling him not to be impulsive and to let the new disciples go first. Soon, a few new disciples from Thunder God City walked out. They had just joined Thunder God City not long ago. Us new disciples can challenge the geniuses of Peerless City, right? A man walked out with lightning circling around his body. As he jumped, he brought with him a violent and destructive power. I'll do it. The genius disciples of Wushuang City could not take it anymore. They were arrogant and unruly people to begin with. Now that they were able to join the holy city, they became even more arrogant. Now that someone had provoked them in public, and more than once, how could they tolerate it? Thus, very soon, someone stood out. However, he still asked the elder of Peerless City. The elder of Peerless City glanced at him and nodded slightly, expressing his approval. The person who came out was one of the core disciples, and his strength could be considered formidable. Moreover, they also wanted to see how strong the newcomers from Thunder God City were this time, since they dared to behave atrociously in their Wushuang City. Was the battle about to begin? The surrounding people were all stunned. They didn't expect that the 2 holy cities would really compete. This was truly an exciting piece of news. For a time, countless people were extremely excited. 2 genius disciples of the holy city walked out. Without any nonsense, they directly started fighting. On the opposite side, the genius disciple from Thunder God City was extremely powerful. He was an early-stage 4th heaven person. The lightning on his body was extremely terrifying. It made many experts of the older generation exclaim, was this the strength of a holy city's disciple? He was really too strong. However, the genius from Wushuang City was also very impressive. He was also an early-stage 4th heaven person. He held a long blade in his hand and swept in all directions. Every time he swept, the sky would collapse and the earth would crack. The battle between the two was very exciting, causing countless people to exclaim. From the looks of it, they couldn't decide the victor. Why don't someone fight with me? At this time, a person from Thunder God City walked out. This person was tall and had a pair of lightning wings on his back. People of the 10,000 ancient races. Obviously, the other party was not human. He was from the Thunderbat race. This kind of Thunderbat race was originally a race of lightning. Now that they had joined Thunder God City, they were even more powerful. The moment he appeared, a vast power swept in all directions. Many people's faces changed. Even the people from Peerless City had grave expressions on their faces. Too powerful. However, there was still someone who walked out. I'll do it. The person who walked out was radiant like a sun. He was Yang Hao, one of the 8 great heavens prides in the past. Now, he was ranked 7th among the core disciples. Because the person who walked out was very strong, he had no choice but to take action. The people from Wushuang City heaved a sigh of relief. With Yang Hao's strength, he should be able to resist. The surrounding people cried out in surprise. Oh heavens, Yang Hao is going to make a move just like that? Isn't it too early? Don't underestimate the other party. Thunder God City's inheritance was very long, more than 10,000 years. Its foundation was above Wushuang City. And this genius from the Thunderbat race was a mid-stage 4th heaven person. He definitely had something to rely on. Yang Hao's strength was definitely comparable. Boom. The expert from the bat race sneered and took action. Yang Hao also roared in anger. His palms formed a seal, turning into a huge sun that descended from the sky. Boom. Boom. The two of them fought fiercely. All kinds of laws spread between heaven and earth. Fortunately, This was the outer region of the starry sky, which was wide enough. Otherwise, the world below would have been destroyed. The crowd watched the battle nervously. The battle between the two sides was very intense. Not long after, the outcome was decided. The first battle was between two early-stage Fourth Heaven people. The genius from Wushuang City was injured. On the other side, the people from Thunder God City didn't have it easy either. Both sides were injured. It seemed like they were evenly matched. How about a draw? The elder from Wushuang City asked. The people from Thunder God City snorted and didn't say anything. However, it seemed like it would be hard to tell who would win if the battle continued. The first round was a draw. Too exciting. Too exciting. The surrounding people couldn't help but scream. It was rare for them to see such a battle. After all, these geniuses had terrifying divine abilities. Moreover, their battle experience was unparalleled. Some people who were unconvinced thought that their geniuses could also enter Wushuang City. Why were they eliminated? However, after watching the battle, they knew that the gap was too big. Those who could enter Holy City, even if they were ranked at the bottom, were the top geniuses. They were far from what they imagined. The second battle was also decided. Yang Hao was injured. Many parts of his body were charred black. He was struck by lightning. However, he didn't care. Instead, he raised a smile. That was because the opponent's Thunder Bat was more seriously injured. Its body had exploded once. Chapter 3706. Come back. You've lost this round. The elder of the Thunder God City looked at the Thunder Bat and spoke in a deep voice. His expression was somewhat unsightly. He did not expect that Lei Bat would lose. Lei Bat said, "Old Zhang, I haven't lost yet. I can still fight." However, the elder was not willing. Those who fought were all geniuses. If they were careless and died, or if their foundation was damaged, the loss would outweigh the gain. Left with no choice, Lei Bat could only clench his teeth and walk back. On the other hand, the people from Peerless City cried out in shock. They finally won a round. Let's see if the people from Thunder God City still dare to be arrogant. Sure enough, the people from Wushuang City were more powerful. Many people exclaimed in excitement. However, there were some experts who shook their heads. They could not come to a conclusion so early. There were many people from Thunder God City. They were afraid that the spar would not end so easily. Sure enough, 3 people from Thunder God City walked out. 3 people from Wushuang City accepted the challenge. The result was shocking. Wushuang City only won 1 round and lost the other 2. This caused Wushuang City's morale to suffer a blow. Countless people exclaimed in surprise. On Thunder God City's side, a smile appeared on their lips. Competing with them? They were still far from it. This time, they were here to teach Wushuang City a lesson. They wanted to let them know what a veteran sacred city was. Old Zhang, what should we do? Are they still clamoring for us to fight? The people from Wushuang City asked. Those elders frowned. These people from Thunder God City were too arrogant. That's right. Their disciples had already joined Sacred City for a period of time. On the other hand, we haven't even entered the sect yet. We'll be at a disadvantage if we fight. That's right. Those people from Thunder God City could not be called as new disciples because they had already trained for a long period of time. On their side, they had not even entered the sect. If they continued to fight, they would probably get involved with the top few core disciples. They were all important targets to nurture. If they were defeated at this time, it would be a huge blow to their confidence. Elder, it's fine. Let us do it. Shi Bufan said in a deep voice. Xin Jingqiu, Zishui, Tianqin, Wang Xiaofeng and the others also said that they could also fight. They were not afraid of losing. It's not that I don't believe you, but the risk is too big. Their people have all trained in Sacred City's secret technique. Moreover, this time, they didn't send their core disciples to the front. If you go into the water, the gains won't make up for the losses. Indeed, if the other party was also one of the top few, this battle was not impossible. After all, if he won, he would instantly become famous. However, if the other party was just an ordinary disciple who had been in the Holy City for a long time and cultivated a secret technique, They could bully the core disciples who had just entered the holy city. If he were to lose, he would become the laughingstock of the world. However, if he didn't fight, he would be ridiculed by others. These elders decided to let the second-generation disciples take action. They would find a way to divert the flames of war to the previous generation disciples. It could preserve these new disciples. Originally, the human roots of the Thunder Divine City did not want to do this. They were here to attack Wushuang. How could they fight with the second-generation disciples? They wanted to trample these disciples who had yet to join the sect under their feet. It would be best if their Tao hearts crumbled. Let me do it. Just as Peerless City was in a difficult position and everyone was shocked, thinking that Peerless City would be suppressed by Thunder God Chang, Lin Xian spoke up. He wanted to participate. No, you can't participate. The elders of Peerless City shook their heads immediately. What a joke. Even top core disciples like Shi Sui, Tian Chun, and Shun Jingqiu were not willing to participate. How could they let Lin Xian, the top disciple, participate? You can't go. It's too risky. They are trying to provoke you. That's right. You have to cherish your reputation now. If you want to fight, you can join the holy city and cultivate our secret technique. Then, you can fight with him in the future. The elders tried to dissuade him. The second-generation disciples said one after another, "That's right, junior brother Lin. You can't let your emotions affect your decisions." Lin Xian said, "This matter started because of me. If I were to back down now, I wouldn't be able to answer to myself. Furthermore, I believe in pressing forward courageously. Since I dared to use the name Lin Wudi, I am prepared to fight at any time. Furthermore, with the performance of the East Spirit World, don't you guys believe in me?" Lin Xian looked around. The people of Peerless City were silent for a moment. That's right. This Lin Wudi was special. However, they were not willing to take the risk. Don't worry, Elder. I will give you my head to guarantee that I won't lose. If I lose, I won't be the chief disciple anymore. The people from Peerless City sucked in a breath of cold air. Even Shui Tianchun, Shi Bufan, and the others were shocked. They could tell that Thunder God City was aggressive. Even if they were to join the battle personally, they were not confident of winning. In fact, they didn't even have half the confidence. But now, Lin Xian actually said that he wouldn't lose. What kind of confidence was that? Furthermore, if he lost, he wouldn't be the chief disciple anymore. Wasn't that a military order? But the elders still wanted to say something, but a figure said, "Let him try." Everyone turned around and realized that the one who spoke was Fu Hongye. They were shocked. Senior brother Fu was here already? Seeing Fu Hongye nodding, the elders were silent. Fu Hongye and the rest believed that Lin Xian was confident. Since the other party said that, it meant that Lin Xian should be confident. All right, then you will join the battle. But you must be careful. Be careful of Lei Chong. Don't fight with him. Don't worry, Elder. I know what I'm doing. Lin Xian nodded. He walked forward with a cold smile. Don't fight with Lei Chong? Although he said that, who knew what would happen if they really fought? It was fine if Lei Chong didn't provoke him. If Lei Chong dared to jump out, he wouldn't mind stepping on this old genius. On the other side, Thunder God City looked determined. They felt that their goal was about to be achieved. The surrounding warriors were in an uproar. Could it be that Thunder God City was going to slap Peerless City's face today? Just as the crowd was discussing anxiously, a figure walked out from the crowd. How could it be him? Tianya. Who is that? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Many people started screaming because they realized that a figure was walking out. But this figure shouldn't have appeared. Lin Wudi. Why did he come out? Yes, he was the chief disciple. His identity wasn't ordinary. If he lost, Peerless City's face would be completely lost. Peerless City shouldn't let him participate in the battle. Cries of surprise rang out one after another. Everyone knew this simple logic, but why was Peerless City doing this? Even the people from Thunder God City were stunned. Lin Wudi? They rubbed their glasses. Did I see wrongly? In the next moment, they were ecstatic. Great. Lin Wudi was going to fight? Their hearts were beating wildly. If they could defeat Lin Wudi, it would be comparable to all their previous achievements. This was the most crucial battle. They had to trample this new chief disciple under their feet. Chapter 3707. I'll go. Lei Chong was too excited. His figure flashed, and he was about to rush up, but he was stopped by the elder beside him. Don't be impulsive. You'll scare him away if you go up. Let's find someone to test his skills first. It's best to let him win 1 or 2 rounds, and then confuse him. Let him think that he can stand until the end. At that time, you can make a move. Good. Lei Chong laughed. Everyone in Thunder God City laughed. The opponent was definitely dead. First, 2 level 4 saints were sent out. Soon, level 4 saints from Thunder God City walked out. Everyone below was discussing. This Lin Wudi, what kind of strength did he have? He was just a level 3 saint. How could he become the chief disciple? Don't worry, they would be able to see his true strength in a while. Many people were excited. Some people, such as the Spirit Clan, didn't believe it. They even thought that Lin Xian could get this position because their saintess secretly helped him. The Rain Clan gritted their teeth. It would be best if the people from Thunder God City killed the opponent on the spot. The people from the Fiend Star and the Spirit Sealing Star were also gloating. If something happened to Lin Wudi at this time, it would be for the best. Di Ling's expression was cold. He gritted his teeth. He couldn't wait to go up and kill the opponent with his own hands. Come, kid. Let me see what kind of strength you have. The people from Thunder God City clamored. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. A level 4 saint dared to deal with him? He didn't know the difference between life and death. At the back, the people from Peerless City were also stunned. What was going on? Why would the opponent send such a person to fight? They were puzzled. A level 4 saint wasn't weak. He could definitely sweep away everything outside and make countless people tremble. However, in the Holy City, he wasn't the strongest. He was the middle power. In their opinion, in order to deal with a chief disciple like Lin Xian, the other party would definitely send someone at the late stage of the 4th heaven, or even someone at the 5th heaven, to kill him in one blow. They were already prepared to deal with all kinds of dangers at any time, but they didn't expect the opponent to send such a person. The battle ended quickly. Lin Xian won. The level 4 saint was defeated. The crowd below exclaimed in surprise. Fighting someone of a higher realm than him? These people were crazy. Could it be Lin Wudi? Normally, even if a genius could surpass a level, it would only be by a small realm. For example, an early stage cultivator could fight against an intermediate stage cultivator. How could a 3rd heaven cultivator fight against a 4th heaven cultivator? This was something that only top geniuses could accomplish. Next, another level 4 expert made his move. In the end, they were still defeated. Even those people who had become Thunder God clasped their fists and said, Lin Gongzi's strength is admirable. However, following that, the people from the Thunder God City started to attack. This time, it was a middle stage 4th heavenly layer cultivator, who was also defeated. Thunder God Chengdu had lost 3 matches in a row. It could be said that his momentum had been suppressed to the extreme. On the side of Peerless City, although they were excited, the elders were frowning. What was Lei Cheng doing? The people below were shocked. Lin Wudi was too strong. However, the older generation was also puzzled. That shouldn't be the case. Compared to Di Ling, these people were much weaker. Di Ling, a late-stage 4th heavenly layer, with countless divine abilities in his hands, couldn't beat Lin Wudi. How could the people of Thunder God City not understand this point? Oh no, this might be a trap. Some people were shocked. The elders of Peerless City also thought of this point. They first used 3 victories to confuse Lin Xian and let him get carried away by the victory. Then, they would use the real killing move. If this was really the case, then Thunder God City was too despicable and vicious. They wanted to stop it, but at this time, the people of Thunder God City started to move. 3 victories were enough to confuse this kid. Next, he would be miserable. The people of Thunder God City sneered in their hearts. The martial artist who went up was also a middle stage 4th heavenly layer sage. However, this was only his cultivation base on the surface. His real cultivation base was at the late stage 4th heavenly layer. Moreover, he had already cultivated Thunder God Cheng's secret technique. His strength was definitely incomparably strong. Moreover, he attacked the opponent unexpectedly. He would definitely be unprepared. Lin Gongzi, Please advise. The person who came up had a human face, but his ears were pointed. Obviously, he wasn't from the human race, but one of the 10,000 ancient races. His name was Panma. Panma had a smile on his face, as if he was just exchanging pointers. However, he was sneering in his heart. Brat, let me personally trample you under my feet. When the time comes, I want to see what kind of expression these people from Peerless City will have. Well said. Lin Xian nodded slightly, seemingly without any defense. Both sides exchanged blows, fighting earth-shaking. However, from the looks of it, Lin Xian still obtained the upper hand. Panma persisted bitterly, about to be defeated at any time. Everyone was shocked. This Lin Wudy was very strong. However, the hearts of those elders from Peerless City were thumping wildly. On the side of Thunder God City, they revealed a hint of malevolence. It was about time. At the 20th move, it looked like Panma was going to be defeated. However, at this time, his palms suddenly formed seals. Countless laws condensed in his hand, forming a treasure bottle. That was a purple treasure bottle. It was sparkling and translucent, like a precious jade. There were flames spreading on it, and there was even lightning revolving around it. Thunder God City was famous for its thunder law. Those who entered Thunder God City would cultivate this kind of thunder god law. Of course, it was impossible for a sage to only possess one type of law. Especially some top geniuses, they grasped 2 or 3 types of law in their hands. Lightning law was just one of them. For example, at this moment, the treasure bottle in Pan Ma's hand not only had the thunder law, but also the fire law. The moment this purple treasure bottle appeared, a berserk aura pervaded the 9 heavens and 10 lands, making many people tremble. Even those late-stage 4th firmament people had a drastic change in expression. Damn it, what was going on? This aura? What was going on with this person? There was a problem. At this moment, everyone was stunned. This was definitely not an ordinary middle-stage 4th firmament. This was a powerful genius, and he had a terrifying divine ability in his hands. It was over. Lin Wudy was going to be in danger. Peerless City's side similarly had a change in expression. Damn it, purple thunder treasure bottle. This was a great divine ability. Lightning and fire intertwined. That berserk power surpassed everything. Thunder God City was too despicable. They were incomparably anxious. Lin Xian must not be careless. Shi Bufan and the rest were similarly incomparably nervous. Would Lin Wudy be defeated? If it was a head-on battle, he definitely would not. But an unexpected attack would definitely injure him. Big Brother Lin. Xin Jingqiu's heart was nervous to the extreme. Kid, go to hell for me. Panma took out the purple thunder treasure bottle and aimed it at Lin Xian. Purple lightning and terrifying flames intertwined together, forming a ray of light that charged forward. Heaven fell, and earth rend. Not good. This power was still above imagination. Everyone screamed. Lin Xian similarly had a hint of a cold smile in his eyes. Was he finally going to make a move? You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.